We've got smoke. 5, 4. We've got ignition. 3, 2, 1. Mouthpiece included. We've got RIP Takeoff out there, y'all. Welcome to another live edition of Mouthpiece Included, sports based in politics podcast. We're gonna talk about it. We mix we cut our sports with politics around here because we at the bottom. Started at the bottom and we here. Started at the bottom and my whole crew's still here. Started at the bottom and we here. Started at the bottom and my whole crew's still here. Yes, sir. All right, so if you guys could please take this time to like, share, and subscribe, that'll help us out a lot. Repost it on different social media, Facebook, IG, what's the other one? Y'all know, all of them. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and run our commercials, pay some bills, and then we're going to start up in 2 minutes, y'all. Appreciate y'all patience.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
I think he's got 4. You want 2 and
2 in Miami, 1 with the Lakers, and 1 with Cleveland.
1 with Lakers. So. You're right, 3.
No, he's got 4 if you count the Lakers. So 4.
I don't count the public.
No, it's an Nationals. There's 4.
Nah.
Yeah, I think he's 4 and 6. He's lost 33 times in the finals, but this is not. LeBron has lost the most NBA Finals games. He's lost 33.
Wow.
Jerry West has lost 29. So is Jerry West the GOAT?
No, he's a loader.
Let's see what Jordan follows on this list. We got to go all the way down. Mike had even lost 15. We got to go down so far. All right, but anyway. Like, share, subscribe. Like.
When you get out of the water, you need to dry off right away to avoid catching a cold. That's why Tally says, don't forget to bring a towel. Okay. Thanks, Tally. You want to get high? No.
Well, I know you want to be out there no matter what, but the fact that it is Green Bay, it's week 1.
All right, we're in the building, y'all. Please like, share, subscribe. Hey, Karen, if you can go ahead and kick off the music. Something we can do here. Music, please. And you guys, I forgot to bring my mouthpiece. Forgot to bring my mouthpiece. All right, y'all. Bear down, bear down, way down, way down, way down. Welcome to Mouthpiece Included. Welcome aboard. Mouthpiece Included out there. It's a podcast where we're going to break down some politics. That's sports and politics. Everything you might find in the ether or everything you might find in between. Because what's in between when you breathe, when you inhale, and you exhale, you're going to find eternity. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. And I'll be joined today by Big Ace, Jackie Robinson's finest, and any urban Silver Back Guerrilla or Silver Back Guerrillarette who still got his or her or their gonads to go ahead and pull up.
Mouthpiece included.
All right. Today, we're diving into the latest buzz from the Bears training camp. We got the Hall of Fame game heading up. They're going to be all over TV, and all eyes on rookie quarterback Caleb Haltertop Williams. He's been turning heads with some impressive performances out there, from his pinpoint accuracy in red zone drills to his leadership on and off the field, still having those dastardly offensive line problems. Williams is proving why he was the #1 overall pick in the recent NFL draft. We'll also discuss some intense competitions for these roster spots. It's a lot more competitive than it's been in the past, as opposed to saying, hey, which bum is going to be alleged bum? It's going to be at the end of the roster. We're actually picking between some quality players, and we're going to be losing quality players due to the 53-man roster, and some other teams are going to benefit from that. So we have to choose wisely. So, where were we? All right. In addition to our Bears camp coverage, we'll tackle some of the week's most controversial sports-related political tops. So join us as we break down these stories. We're going to offer insights, opinions on how they impact the world of sports and beyond. Grab your headphones, coach, and get ready for a jam-packed episode filled with all the latest news and anal business. So stand down, stand back, stand by, pull up. But if you do pull up, I forgot to bring my mouthpiece. Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Hey, while you're thinking about it, smash that like button. It's absolutely free. And share the link to 3 of your friends who like sports. And they don't mind somebody kneeling during a football game. They don't mind, they don't mind that. The views expressed in today's podcast are those of the host and guests and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. All right. Enough of the enough. Let's go ahead and get the co-host with the co-most in the building. Big Ace, a.k.a. Big Percocet.
TATN, Mouthpiece included. TATN.
Let's get him some more music here. All right. What up, Big Ace?
You gotta let me in.
I didn't make you the co-host. Oh, my bad.
You went out and came back in. It's all good.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, what's been going on there, fella? Yeah, the weekend. It's the Sun's day.
Well, it's been a long, hot week here in the city of Chi. Helping the people of the state of Illinois achieve their dreams at work, and now I get a chance to sit back and have me cocky tail and buy one cigar for the month. I get to smoke in a matter of days. Smoke it all in one sitting. Those are my orders, not the everything in moderation. Everything good. Feeling good. Looking good, practicing good, working good, everything's all to the good. What's going on, Mouthpiece Nation? Pull up. Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Make sure you like, share, like, and subscribe. Mouthpiece included, TATN, Mouthpiece included on Tuesdays, the Self-Love Show. Like, share, and subscribe to the network. Use your help to build this organically for the people of the world. But everything's all good, man. I can't complain. Except for, watching baseball here in Chicago, that, and a host of other subjects this day on Mouthpiece. My gosh, we'll get to that. I think I'm gonna put up my football jackets since we're heading into football season, and think a little bit more about football. I was watching some highlights of Walking Paper this morning, which prompted me to put on his jersey. But this baseball season that we're going through here in the city of Chicago for the MLB is absolutely atrocious. You can blame a number of people, a number of organizations, a number of managers, a number of owners, but yeah, it's tough here. It's tough to see. So, yeah, let's get the football season as quickly as we can. We got the Hall of Fame game coming up, but we're going to see your new Chicago Bear quarterback take the field and try and lead us to the Super Bowl back in New Orleans.
Yeah,
at the end of this
Super
season.
Bowl. All right. Let's step to it. It's the guy's rambling and shit. He's talking about the damn Super Bowl. I appreciate the rambling. Gave me time to share the link. Hey, a serious thing. R.I.P. Sonia Massey.
Absolutely. R.I.P. Sonia Massey. And condolences to her family and the people of Springfield, Illinois that knew her. Wow.
Bro, that was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. All she said was, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
And the devil came right out. Came right out.
Bro, I couldn't write that in a Hollywood script.
Absolutely not. That,
And then he was referring to as the B word. She's passed away. No respect for the deceased.
yeah, he's laying in the house unalive because of his ignorance as a law officer to de-escalate a situation. I really haven't looked at his equipment to see if he was equipped with a stun gun.
He was, and he had just completed the training.
Oh my gosh! And the fact that you would shoot a woman in her face, and you have the ability to one, de-escalate the situation, and one, to terminate the situation, maybe with a stun gun, when you're not facing any lethal force, is absolutely ridiculous.
But the weird blue line, bro. You know, the weird blue line had to have seen signs of this guy, like, you know what I'm saying? And they just let him roll around because 100% guarantee if she was drop dead gorgeous, smart, blonde haired, blue eyed, and she was in Hinsdale or something, never would have happened. Taser wouldn't even come out.
No, he would have been there flirting with her. Talking about her kids and the PTA and all the.
And she never would have said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus" either, because she probably would. She may have been a demon too.
She might have been a demon as well.
Yeah.
It comes out that this guy has had a couple of DUIs.
Yeah.
As an officer before.
Yeah.
Coming onto the Springfield.
He riding around drunk.
Sheriff's office. And now you end up in this woman's house as a sheriff's deputy.
Uh-huh.
And you, pull out your weapon and unalive her just because she pulled the devil out of you with a few words. So, he's in jail for murder. Hopefully he stays there, and hopefully justice is served. And even though the civil case will benefit the family financially, but it won't bring Sonia Massey back. And again, rest in peace, Sonia Massey.
R.I.P. Condolences to the family. And before we start up, the sponsor sent us a check.
Cool weekends in the morning, 97.1 FM.
Cool weekends in the morning with Weenie in the butt.
WQHG 97.1. 97.1. 97.1.
Weenie in the butt.
In the morning, cool weekends.
FM.
Weenie. And the Magnetic Monkey 97.1.
Cool weekends in the morning. All weekend long.
Weenie and the Butt.
In the morning. On the radio.
FM. Dickie the Punchline Donkey on Cool 97.1.
Cool weekend.
On the radio.
In the morning. FM.
Cool.
WQHT.
Cool Weekends.
In the morning on 97.1.
97.1.
Boiny in the butt.
97.1.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Oh my God.
WQHT. Turn it on and rip the knob off.
You're listening to the radio.
We have a butt.
Who are the guys? All right. Big ups to the sponsors. Yeah, they sent the check. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Brother Wordsmith brought it up like, yeah, we haven't heard from the sponsors. I was like, you are right.
Absolutely true. Checking it.
Yeah, 100% true.
Yeah.
All right, so big ups to the sponsors. Let's jump on it, y'all, because I know y'all want to hear about the camp news. Some of you guys, doing big things out there. You might not have time to keep up with it, so we appreciate y'all checking in. We'll give it to you in a copper-colored way. And I expect you guys to get your pink and green on and start getting out there and hitting those streets out there and campaigning for Kamala Harris. Yeah, get your pink and green on. That's going to be what we expect you copper-colored men to do. Maybe not the pink. Let your wife wear the pink, and then you put that soft screen on. Yeah.
Well, they're selling some Luka Doncic pink and green pride type Kamala Harris shoes. So you can go right out to Nike.com right on.
Luka Doncic, what the hell does he know? He's from a shithole country. What does he have to do with American politics? And should he sell out his country and come play for us? Go ahead. Why not? I mean, the black players are doing it.
Yeah, he's got some Kamala Harris colored type shoes that he's coming out with. Well, actually, they're on the market now, so you can go right on there and buy them, and then you can march down the street for your vice president of the United States as she debates the former president of the United States in his attempt to gain power in this country and get the football back. Is that what you guys want? You want this guy to have the football back? Apparently you do.
Last I heard, we'll save that. That's going to be for the self-love show. We're going to unpack that at some point. And pull up, bro. When we get to, we're gonna actually, I'm putting together a panel for not this Tuesday, for next Tuesday. And no one has to reveal their political affiliations. Of course, most of you are wearing it on your face because you're some sort of copper-colored. And so people assume they know, who your allegiance to, because you're not copper-colored if you're not allegiance to the liberals. Right. If you're free and independent thinker, you know what I mean? But my point is, I'm independent, but what I'm looking to do is get three cats to argue for, the copper colors going out there and supporting Kamala. And we're going to have one question that says, tell me why I should support this candidate and do not mention anything about the other candidate. Because I promise you, every time I ask people, tell me why I should vote for Kamala. I'm going to get Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, I'm serious, bro. Intellectual people, everybody. Tell me why I should vote for Kamala. Because you can't, Donald Trump, you can't. Donald Trump has been president before.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of us went to the gallows.
No.
Like the fear issue, the only people who should be scared about this shit is the migrants, in my opinion.
They're definitely out of here if Donald Trump gets back in the office.
And big ups to the migrants. They're hardworking people, allegedly, and none of them are criminals.
Well,
allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean, if your daughter's walking down your street, you don't mind a self-driving vehicle coming down their street full of a bunch of migrants.
Yeah, I mean, allegedly. You know what he's gonna do. He said he's gonna finish the wall, and he's going to.
No, you're right. Trump.
Yeah.
Donald Trump. He's an old school politician. At least he tells you what you want to hear and does what the fuck he's going to do.
He's been a racist.
The other party is not even telling a lot of us what we want. They don't even tell us what we want to hear no more.
They don't care. They just want you to send money
for the Ukraine and for Israel.
Kamala Harris. Because, what I'm heard is Biden's war chest was $250 million. He's going to pass that on to Kamala Harris. And she raised about $200 million in the first few days of announcing her campaign. What the hell are you going to do with $500 million? I mean, TV commercials. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. They're saving it, I guess, because I haven't gotten one thing through the algorithm for either one of them saying,
Yeah.
hey, this is why you should vote for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's great to build up your. I know what Trump's got to pay off some lawsuits and lawyers and all this. But what the hell does she need $1 billion for to run for president? And she's already the vice president of the damn United States.
Well, she's a black woman, so she looks like us. So you know how we have Jewish, and then you have that TV show Blackish.
Mm-hmm.
How about copperish? We'll just start referring to all the Browns who, aren't the descendants of
Copper. No,
Israel.
Yeah.
Oh well, okay. Who are not the Ethiops? Who are not the kings, right? We'll call them copperish.
Okay. Well, because Trump's running mate's got a copperish spouse.
Does he?
Yeah. Well, not copperish. She's Indianish.
Yeah, copperish. Yeah. It fits.
Yeah.
It works for them when it works for them.
Yeah.
Because I know the I don't know. It's overwhelming, bro. But let's get on it. Camp news. Plus, we got some data for you guys. We're gonna start out by skipping baseball.
We're gonna skip baseball
during the baseball season.
Oh, come on, man! It's baseball season.
Unless you got something to say about the guys, the Little League guys, something like that, then I'm all ears.
Our 10-year-olds are still playing. They're still striving to get better for next year. They're competing in the tournament right now. JackieRobinsonLittleLeague.com. Go there. Sign your kid up for baseball next year. The rules will change for the next season. Any player from 5 to 7 years old can sign up for Jackie Robinson baseball. Now they're changing the rules where there's no boundaries, or you don't have to live on the next damn block to the park to play baseball for JRW. What else? I guess, yes, all of that stuff in 14 was a farce. I know you don't know what happened, but yeah, it was all crap.
All right, but back to the website. Can I go to that website, if I decide, hey, my kid doesn't want to play baseball, or he's too old or too young and not there yet. But I do want to support. But I'm a son of a bitch in a certain extent. I only want to support if I can print out something that I can give to my tax accountant. Is that possible?
Yeah. Jackie Robinson West Little League is a 501c3 tax exempt organization.
There you go.
With an original Little League charter. And you can. There are some other Little League organizations in the city of Chicago that needs your support in dollars as well to increase, their membership and bring baseball back to Chicago. COVID was a big detriment to black baseball in Chicago, allegedly, where a lot of kids went on to travel teams because Little League shut down baseball for a year, and they felt that they had to, some of the better kids needed to go play somewhere, but they never came back. So we just need a new generation of young copper-colored baseball players to reinvigorate this melanin into the game. So bring your kids to Jackie Robinson West Little League or your local Little League, and have them out there playing baseball. Everybody can't play basketball. Everybody can't throw a football or get tackled.
And everybody can't hold a Draco and drill rap and kill people and sell shit and poison the people, so they can either have a baseball bat in their hand or a pistol or a book or a combination of the book and the baseball bat. We're not against guns here, but there's a time and a place for it and a certain responsibility behind it.
And not for the kids. But have the kids into something so they're not into something.
Facts.
That's what I always tell them.
I like that. You put that on a t-shirt. The Idle Mind is the Satan's workshop. And you guys, I came up with an idea. I like to share my ideas with people.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of migrants out here, right? Milling around, standing around. Some of them are washing windows and stuff. You know, why not like, print up Jackie Robinson West shirts, and then like on the front, their business, we'll wash your windows. We're migrants. We need help. That way they can all look uniform. It looks professional. On the back, you're actually advertising your business. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. They're out there all day. You see what I'm saying? Every unhoused, you pull up on the unhoused. Hey, how long you be standing out here? You know what I mean? You want a t-shirt? And you tell them, man, I'll wash it for you. I'll pull up and wash it every now and then. Make sure, the shirt's not dirty. You know what I mean?
You gotta stop giving these ideas away.
Well, it's free advertisements. Everything that we come up with as a society, if one person knows it, everyone should know it. There should be a website right now. Here's another idea where everybody can put in all the information from all over the world so we can all improve and be as one. Yeah. Facebook could have done it, but they'd rather have nonsense. You post nonsense all day.
But how can you make $200 billion just for yourself if you're giving all this information to everybody?
Mm-hmm. I know. It's called open source. That's what the thing is, though, is that's how AI operates. And that's why AI is getting smarter than us. What the AI does is once one of them learns something, it goes into the master, upload, and then all of them know it. Fancy that.
But you can't have all the money if you do that.
But you won't need any money if you do that.
But if you don't have all the money, how
can you have slaves? Okay, I got you. How can you have, employees?
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta have all the money.
I got you. And then you can control the politics and the mindset and repeat the same shit. Yeah. Tell someone that an Indian lady is a copper cup because she went to Howard and played JK.
Mm-hmm.
So that means when we went to U of I, if I would have pledged the Tykes, I could have went out there and ran under the Republican ticket and told everybody I was white.
Mm-hmm. Whatever that threat was that wouldn't allow us in, that fresh
Acacia
party.
Acacia. Oh no. Oh, I remember that. I watched y'all. That was epic. I remember I pulled up on y'all. Y'all was pissed. I'm like, what's going on? We had just hit the yard. I was sitting over there, boy. They was on y'all ass, boy. Y'all, it must have been some athletes in that house because they came out deep. But they couldn't catch you. Next time we knew better. We should have set it up. We're gonna do it next week, and when they chase us, they're gonna come around. It's gonna be 20 brothers. You know what I'm saying? When they come around and hit that corner, what are we doing?
We're ahead of higher learning. We're ahead of our time. So
way ahead of our time. Hey, that was epic though, boy. If we had cameras, I'd have had it all on tape. No, well, we weren't filming ourselves.
Yeah, we couldn't film that.
Doing stuff. We did.
Yeah, allegedly.
But we barely like to film ourselves with a beer in our hand.
Yeah. But I did want to talk about the Sox and
shit.
Just one comment.
Make it quick.
Well, everybody say you gotta get rid of these players because then your team's not gonna be good. And you don't need these players. You don't want to have to pay them when you're not winning because they're not gonna be here when you start winning. But what the hell does that mean? If you got a guy that can go almost throw a no-hitter for you and then go next season to another team and throw a damn no-hitter, and the guy that you traded him for comes to your team and gives up 8 runs in the first damn inning, that's a recipe for a disaster. And that's why the White Sox are 27-79.
Is that what they are?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. And I'm out here in LA watching the Dodgers just win 100 games year after year. Like they get off the bus with 100 wins, bro. Like, why can't our organization simply mimic what they're doing? I don't understand.
Sox are in the midst of a 13-game losing streak right now. And
are we back on pace for the worst record in the history of sports?
Yeah.
Definitely. We are?
Yeah. I mean, they're on pace to hit this 24 losses in a row.
Oh, you were feeling yourself when they weren't on that pace anymore, and you know what I mean. And now you're back where you should be. You know, you Facts fans, you Sox fans. Yeah, let me get a camera here, Karen. You Sox fans talk about us like that, but you guys take it too. It's a shithole stadium in a shithole community.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I'm talking about where it's at.
Cubs 49-56, last place NL Central team, as we're in the AL Central last place. You son of a guns fired your feel good manager that won the damn championship with you, and bring in this guy and give him a boatload of money, and you're
He's
still
dead gorgeous.
You're in last place.
He looks good. He looks good in a Cub uniform.
Yeah, now that they're hitting 200, the whole damn team is hitting. Got a 230 average, and they were playing a lot better for Rossi out there last year. So that's it for baseball. Come on, let's get to next season, or let's get to football or something else. But
the only reason they like to talk baseball in the show is because it's going to end up being Cub bashing. You know what I mean? It always comes out. I'm trying to tell these guys how to fix their organization. You know what I mean?
We need to keep the good players. I know you want to trade players to get more prospects sometimes, but damn it, if you got a guy that you know is a stud,
I can get into a I can get into a White Sox game for free easier than I could a Jackie Robinson West game. All I got to do is show up right there, and I can wear homeless clothes, or I can put on my migrant costume. I'll have on, a Bears hat. I'll have on a Green Bay Packers jersey. I have a LA Raiders, you know what I mean? Wristband. That's how the migrants do it. Big ups to the migrants. I can show up there looking migrant and homeless, and somebody will give me tickets. No, it's just me by myself. Well, here's 4 tickets. No, I don't want them. Take these goddamn tickets. They're actually whooping your ass out there and forcing you to go to the Sox game. These people are coming from all over the world to go to Drop Dead Gorgeous Wrigley Field, out there basking in the glow of the ivy, like Drop Dead Gorgeous William H. Ray School. It's only a few places in the city of Chicago where you have beautiful old ivy like that, and that should tell you something. Well,
I'm going to send a shout out to the White Sox for hosting this past Wednesday, the Double Duty Classic that it had the best high school players from the city of Chicago, copper colored, copper colored, brown skin.
Copperish and copper colored.
Yeah. Okay. Playing at a guaranteed rate. And it was a free event for all of the people of the city of Chicago, but unfortunately it wasn't well advertised. It happens every year. Kids play hard. There's free entry, free parking, and we'll work on more people coming out in the next few years, or the next years to see these guys.
Usually it's free, but then when it's free, they don't want to drop the cash for the marketing.
Well,
and promotion. They've done enough.
There's other entities that
yes.
That can do it, and
yes,
they'll have more opportunity to do it next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you definitely, and you can find some copper colored marketing promotions. Maybe somebody starting out, maybe a Black Karen is out there wearing her pink and green, and you can maybe hire them. You know what I'm saying, and then that'll get them the experience they need too.
We got Black Baseball Media. They're hosting a tournament in the city of Chicago early for high school teams, where you have Crosstown or Battle of Vincennes, where Morgan Park plays Simeon, and Kenwood played Thornton, and
Kenwood played Thornton.
Yeah, this year.
Nice.
Out in there's a minor league park out in Alsip.
Okay, out by Eisenhower.
Yeah, and it was more people there than unfortunately at a White Sox game this year, going out to see the kids play. So that's gotten bigger every year.
Man, you raise a good point, man, because we had a decent baseball stadium out there, and does seem like we could be utilizing those stadiums.
Actually, the game's right down the street from Eisenhower. That
the one in Alsip.
Yeah, it's right.
That's what I say. Yeah, it's by Eisenhower. Yeah. Them kids back in the day, they used to go to Eisenhower. Mm-hmm. The Alsip kids, the kids from Calumet Park, and the kids from Rowdy Robbins, and but now they changed everything up. I tell you what, if the district was like it is now, we'd have won conference every year, bro.
No,
We used to beat the brakes off the teams that's in our conference now. You know, because we were a small school and we had to play those big schools.
Right.
I used to go to Thornton and Bloom. Like, damn, look at this fucking school. Our school wasn't like that.
Yeah.
The neighborhood was gentrified, but Eisenhower used to get all the black players way back in the 60s. And what they did was they got together in cahoots and they said, well, you got those colors. We're going to make it more difficult for them.
Yeah.
They're going to have to compete in this conference with these big schools with all the cheating refs and stuff like that.
We faced that at Chicago, Leo. Yeah.
Yep. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all did. If y'all was playing in that league with Fernando Bunch and all them, y'all guys would have had 4 straight undefeated seasons.
Right.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Got those guys more character.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
They would have loved the championships, but you know.
Yeah, I would have liked the 20 points a game. I would have liked that a lot. You know what I mean? But like I was probably gonna go play at the next level. You know, I'd take my 20 points.
You'd have been passing the ball to Nick Anderson and
I tell you what, I graduated at 17. Bro, if they'd have helped, most of them players were 19 that I was competing against that were the best. Can you imagine me with my sophomore year at MP playing at Eisenhower?
Kill.
Yeah, I would average at least 25 points. At least.
Yeah.
You know, and the coach wouldn't have been able to tell me shit. You know what I mean? Because you're a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more of a discussion. You know more about the game too. The game is slowed down and stuff. So
yeah. You know, and I'm facing that with my boys. You know,
hold them back.
No, I'm not holding them down.
And I keep telling you to hold Deuce back. Big up the Deuce. Well, I don't want to tell Deuce to flunk his classes. Like you're not gonna hear it from Uncle Nine, but what I'm saying, Deuce,
you go to a selective enrollment school, all honors class. Yeah, you flunk your classes, you're out of there. So.
Yeah, they don't play that shit.
Nah.
That's all right. I got friends who know the AD and stuff like that. We got alumni from there.
Yeah.
We can make a phone call. That's Deuce. He's not gonna do any work. His first year, you know what I mean? No, he's gonna do the studies, but he's gonna purposely flunk all the tests, and he's gonna snap on every time y'all give him like a standardized test. You're gonna be like, but why don't you do the work? Because fuck y'all. You know what I mean? I'm not telling your son to do that. You're down hearing that from Uncle Nine. Just 1 year though. And then they'd be like, oh, he turned it around. Look how he turned his life around. And I'd find a white counselor and coach so they can get a white man a credit. You know what I mean? The white man loves to get credit for turning the Pookies around. All right. Let's move on. Send him to Mount Carmel from there, and they're like, oh, look what happened when he went to St. Ignatius. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I already got a parent trying to recruit him. She was she's a teacher there, and she was one of his teammates' parents this past
at Mount Carmel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a feeling they're giving some of those kids checks. In my opinion, they have a boosters. Their boosters boost too.
Yeah.
Big ups to Mount Carmel.
Big ups to Mount Carmel out there in the heart of south side of the city.
All right, let's jump to the speed round, bro. And then we got a couple topics that we're gonna hit on. I don't know.
Got a British show, man. You gotta get it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're doing 30 second clock countdown. I was using a 60-second time.
That are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a
30, 29, 28, 27, 20.
Oh, boy, I like that. It's not making any noise. Can somebody make some noise? Like it. Love it. All right. Let's see. Yeah, okay, you can hear it. All right, so let's
Bear down.
This is the MEP round, you guys. This is our speed round. MEP. You know, people still be trying to, crack. I still be like, MEP. You know what I'm saying? That's not crack.
That's the old generation.
Yeah. Y'all still on that races. It's meth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like we drinking OE. No, I don't drink OE no more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Guys barely smoke Newports anymore, you know? All right, but this is the MEP round. It's a speed round. We got 30 seconds on each topic.
Yeah.
I'll start it out with you, Ace. The first topic is
I need to see people smoking square.
Can I pull up the graphic?
You still smoke? Yeah. Got you smoke, bro? Can't get square. No,
Yeah.
no, I don't smoke no damn cigarettes. You still smoke? Those days are over.
All right, Diesel say put the link in the chat. Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured he'd show up.
We talking about somebody pink.
Oh yeah, we must have been talking about some pink stink. He must have come here and defend him. So
Diesel's in the building. What's up, bro?
yeah, let me drop that link.
Speak.
All right, Diesel, hold on, give me a second. This one's sent to Mouthpiece.
Talking about that map. I think that's what it was.
To Terrence. There we go. Mouthpiece link address. All right, we're gonna drop the link in the chat, guys. I forgot to do this.
What are you talking about?
Look at this guy. Put your glasses on. Stop babbling and put the link in the chat. Put your glasses on. So yeah, we must have been talking about Pinky. Yeah, probably when I was talking about that shithole neighborhood over there in Bridgeport where the Sox are. You know what I mean?
Hey, hold on. You're talking about Kamala Harris. The Sox. Oh, the Sox are the owners. Well, we talked about that already. The owners of the Sox going to drop a couple $1 billion.
Couple billion
into Chicago to improve areas that they want to improve, even though they wanted some money from the damn state to build a new stadium.
Yeah, they said your boy Warren met with
Yeah, they're going to Arlington Heights, man.
They met with the governor, and they said the governor Pritzker ain't come away and write no check. He didn't say he was gonna do nothing. What's up with that?
Yeah, man, the Bears been around for 100 damn years. They ain't got $2 billion, $4 billion to build a stadium, whatever the hell they need out in damn.
But they've been paying rent.
Yeah,
you can't get ahead paying rent.
They should have been profiting over the rent for the hot dogs and the beer and the price. Something shit. Yeah. The team's worth billions of dollars, and now you want a stadium. I mean, the NFL will give you a partial loan, so come up with the rest is what he's saying. I don't blame him. And he bought the land out of Arlington Heights. He's just like, get it done.
He said that's not the Zoom link. My fault.
You're like, get it done.
That's Karen. Karen, get it together and drop the Zoom link in the chat.
Much man. They're still considering him for one as a vice presidential hopeful, along with Kamala.
Are they?
Yeah. It'll change the landscape of politics in Chicago.
What?
Yeah,
vice president.
Somebody had to replace him as governor.
Why don't they switch it? Make her the vice president, which she already was.
They can't do that.
Why not?
They would lose all of the support of the liberals. Or he'll just turn it down and just run again in 4 years for president. But you know how they do.
Yeah, but he'll be running against her.
Yeah, you're talking about a thinking party. Well, in 4 years, she won't matter.
Oh, I see. Well, if she wins, she'll matter.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But I don't know. I don't think that they would flip it like that. It wouldn't make sense politically to bring him in this late in the race when you have an established vice presidential candidate to put up there to lose. I mean, try and win.
Well, look with the cat drug in.
Cat drug in. What up, Tito, in the building?
He wants to defend his shithole team in that shithole stadium. So he must have heard something. Made him pop in. Oh, what up, though, bro?
Didn't hear nothing. All I know is it's getting close to almost time for gridiron. So I got to come in here and check y'all on all the crazy
takes.
Yeah,
have you heard how Justin Fields has been looking in Pittsburgh there, fella? Russell's got a little tweak, and Justin's been running the offense there, fella.
I mean, they were saying the same thing in preseasons when he was here. So I'm not. That doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Absolutely nothing.
if Justin goes to the Pro Bowl and Caleb flops, does that mean that Poles and the head coach is out of a job?
No, because Fields could have went to the Pro Bowl just from his running. I mean, it's not far fetched for him to, if his running.
He's the worst quarterback in the history of football.
What?
Well, that's what he says.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, that's what this guy said.
Yeah.
No, if they're winning and he's running and not throwing like he was when he was here, he can easily go to the Pro Bowl. I mean, that ain't no big thing.
I mean, he probably
he's the best running quarterback in the league. So I mean, that ain't no big.
That means he matured another offseason and he's got another season of playing football under his belt, and he can take his established team that goes to the playoffs every year to the playoffs.
No, that means that he's still dumb Donald, and he's not going to have a long life expectancy and keep on running like he's been doing. So, that's not shocking.
Well, I mean, he stopped running, like that pretty much last year. He was toward the second half. He finally realized that you need to pull up and slide instead of taking those big hits.
You're going to be like that dude. What's the guy from the Colts?
Hold it, Diesel. But hold it. Quarterbacks, or copper quarterbacks, because I played it. I played quarterback, top level quarterback. To be a quarterback on the hollow grounds of Ray School, playing street ball.
Ray again?
Yeah. Oh, when you were teasing the handicap?
Bro, seriously.
While you're the quarterback for the.
Seriously. No, it only went, that was a stud. I was teasing. I didn't know better. I was a tool. But I was quarterback. I graduated at 13. Usually be a quarterback on those grounds, bro. Seriously. You got to be 14 years old and you got to be a stud. I was 12 years old. I started at quarterback in the street grounds of William H. Ray and backyard ball for 2 years since 7th grade. Never happened. What I'm saying is this, Diesel. There's certain things as a copper-colored quarterback. First thing, the pump fake. Caleb has it naturally. Love it. We're going to get into that. I've been preaching. That's what hurts Justin. However, though, when the line breaks down, bro, copper-colored quarterbacks know when to get out of there. Just like Caleb was doing at SC, bro. And just like he's running around that. Motherfucker ain't finna stand in there. We're going to try to make plays, bro. We're going to play hero ball. What do you say to that?
That's not an issue. The only issue that is Fields, because he's trying to run regardless of what the play was doing. So I mean that's a whole
I don't
different.
Think. Oh, come on, Ace.
That's a whole different. That's a whole different issue, man. If you can
throw it, come on here.
If you can throw it, you can throw it when they throw it. But if you can't throw it, then that's a whole different issue. Ain't nothing wrong with scrambling when you need to. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing.
Justin can throw. You're just saying he couldn't process. That's what you were saying.
No, he can throw. Well, it's a difference between you can throw and throw processing and throwing accurate.
And on time.
Yeah. And he couldn't do all three of those things.
I see. And
not consistently.
I was going to say, I've seen him do it, but I know what you're saying. I know I just feel like, bro, he was just under too much duress, man. And he had bums to throw to. He had
bums to throw to, and he couldn't throw people open.
He couldn't get open. You can't throw somebody open. If he had this talent now around him.
I think he could, He could.
Yeah, if he could have pump fake more with that speed. Yeah. But if he had this talent around him, here's all I'm saying. If I was Warren, and I want to be because I'm a JF1 guy, I'm gonna get his Pittsburgh jersey, even though I hate the colors black and gold.
You could have went and got his Bears jersey. They were selling them for dirt cheap when they
had
the draft. When they had the draft, they were trying to get rid of all the stuff.
Yeah, I'll get one. But I got the 9. It ain't for Brisker. It's for obvious reasons.
Walking paper.
Oh, obvious reasons. Yeah. But I'm saying, bro, like Justin, bro, he was okay. What I would have done if I was Warren, I would have said, look, I'm not going to allow you to trade him for a 6th-round pick, right? I would have come in and I would have said, if you do, and Justin makes a Pro Bowl, I don't care how he does it. I don't care what it looks like. And this next season, and your other guy that you're bringing in doesn't look good, you're out of here now. But I would have told him, you can buy yourself some time. If you keep Justin in here and you can let this kid learn, he can find the right color nails. He can go out and learn where to shop for halter tops. He can learn where to wear those midriff. I'm saying, figure out where to get his nails done and learn how to get the cadence of an offense because he didn't play in a pro style thing in college. That would have allowed him to come along slowly. And then I would have told him, and we can move JF1 before the trade deadline. What do you guys say to that? I mean, what's wrong with that?
Unfortunately, that's not how this NFL and this era of players and front offices work. There was no reason financially that they couldn't keep Justin, but team morale and team mentality wise, they didn't like him. They didn't want him, so they got rid of him. If they had no belief in him anymore, and you were drafting a quarterback in the first as the number 1 pick overall, and he was going to play, there was no reason to keep Justin for them, so they got rid of him.
He was gone after he threw that pick trying to get the ball to Cole Kmet, and then they asked him about it. He said, "I thought Cole was going to make a football play," and Cole said he was running the route.
Yeah,
but
we know what Cole is, so
he's a company plant. We're going to cover that later. Go ahead, Diesel. You know those company plants. They was at Lurs.
They didn't want to cause any kind of quarterback controversy. That's what it would have been.
It would have
been. You would have had this dude on the bench, number 1 pick, and who knows what would they have done? Started Field. You couldn't have benched him because then he would have been complaining.
No, you'd have had to start Fields unless your guy came into practice and was just wowing everybody.
Yeah, but
and even then, Fields would have been disgruntled, unhappy.
At that point, it's a business, and we could trade you for a 6th-round pick.
And he would have wanted out of there. So I guess once they said he's not our guy, whoever they drafted is going to play, and they're going to get rid of him. That's just how they felt. Now, if their pick would have been outside the top 10, a 1st-round pick, but outside the top 10, then maybe I think they had already decided that Fields, we moving on from him. So I think they decided that already, that they were moving on from Fields.
They decided that when Poles took the job. Go ahead,
They had the number 1 pick in the draft, and they knew Caleb Williams is the guy they wanted, and they were going to get him. That's the reason they got rid of Justin. Otherwise, Justin would still be here. They could have got Marvin Harrison.
That's a damn good point.
Or whoever the hell.
Yeah, but listen to what I said. If they would have drafted any quarterback in the top 10, whether it was 1st, 2nd, or they trade down a little bit, I think it would have been the same situation. You know what I mean? But outside of the top 10, then it would have changed the dynamic a little bit. But I'm pretty much to the conclusion that when that season ended, they were all, maybe not publicly, but all of them people were like, we got to move on from this guy. That's how I think they were feeling already when that season ended. Like, we got to move on from this guy.
They already knew they had the number 1 pick, and they knew who they were going to get. They had talked. They had been.
But they could have traded. You could have traded the pick if you wanted to. You could have traded down. However you wanted to do it. But I know that they were not. That dude wasn't their guy once that season.
Yeah, they didn't draft him. They didn't draft him.
But before the draft, I'm saying before the draft, they were thinking he's not our guy.
Who you talking about?
Fields. Yeah, Fields.
Yeah, they knew that when they were guaranteed the number 1 pick. They knew they were going after Caleb Williams. They know number 2 that in training camp, the number 1 guy has to get the majority of the reps. And it wasn't going to be Justin Fields sitting there and Caleb Williams getting the number 2 reps. It couldn't happen that way. It's just
I think what Ace is saying, once they knew, because Fields was 70% of the fans, 67% of the fans, bro, polled wanted Fields to stay. So they knew they had that headwind. Both of y'all are kind of saying the same thing. That would have been a big controversy. So they liked him, maybe, they would have went with him, kept working with him, but until this fell in their lap. And then so now they had to start trying to justify, and instead of saying, hey, Fields isn't this, Fields isn't that, and we need this and that. No, we're just going to get this guy. I'm not trying to justify why I'm drafting Michael Jordan if I got Clyde Drexler. I'm not justifying it, you know.
And the way the NFL practices are now, you got a limited number of practices. And if you go out and get a quarterback, especially you draft him number one, that guy's got
no more two-a-days. They can't do two-a-days. So
that guy's got to get the reps. Especially it's Caleb Williams. It's not Drake May or one of them other bums.
Well, that's probably what Poe said back to Warren when Warren was suggesting that. And then I would have said, but I would have said, and that's Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? So I think his name has been sullied to the point where he's not getting the credit of, of what he can do out there. Still NFL players last year voted him one of the top 100 players, bro.
Yeah, I think the writers have sullied his name, and he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Well, the cream always rises to the top.
Yeah, the NFL did what they needed to do. They put him in a position where his last year was nullified by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Bears said they didn't want him. So
they didn't want him.
Yeah, so they're going to go ahead and he's got a chance to prove himself this year or prove himself next year for his next team. But he's not going to be done. He's one of the greatest athletes at quarterbacks that's available in the league today. So if you got any sense and you don't have any quarterback, which a majority of these teams have, you're going to bring him in and try and get it done. And if he does his thing in Pittsburgh, they're definitely going to re-sign him. And
there's controversy in Pittsburgh. They're going through the same thing with Justin. Same thing, Diesel. He's showing flashes. It leaves you in a conundrum, bro.
It gives you high hopes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, man, he's talented and the running part is just, to me, that's like extra because we know what he can do running the ball.
It's his toughness too, man. Like that matters. His resilience.
He is tough. He is tough.
I would just like to see him with this receiving core.
Yeah, and that running back there, that new offensive coordinator, that new OC, the tight ends. But I hear Diesel and people like his points, like how many offensive coordinators and stuff you need to see him with. My whole thing, Diesel, has nothing less to do with the OC. Discussions me and Ace was having watching games during games, like we have no fucking talent. I would watch other teams that had talent, guys making plays, quarterback throw a 1-yard dink, that guy make 2-3 players miss. Man, we weren't getting none of that, bro. We weren't getting none of that, bro. The only person making them plays was Justin Fields.
Yeah, we count on
Vegas. Remember, I kept saying he doesn't throw like screen passes and real short passes well.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't. And what I mean by that is when you do those type of plays,
it's a timing.
It's a timing.
Yeah.
And you got to hit the guy within the rhythm of the play to give him a chance to.
But if the offensive line got blown up, you know what I mean, and the guy's right there on your timing, they're still doing it now, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna cover the Bears, y'all. Diesel, this is a new segment. It's the MEP speed round. Y'all gonna have 30 seconds to respond, and then we're jumping right back to the Bears. We only got 3 in the speed round, y'all. First one, I'm starting with Ace, and we only need the time, so I can take that off. We only need the sound, rather. Advanced. Computer audio. All right. Actually, I wanted to point out. So y'all see, I'm gonna show y'all this screen right quick. Where's it at? Okay. Trevor Lawrence, basically the highest paid under 500 quarterbacks. These are the highest paid quarterbacks who are under 500. You got some over 500, but I want to look at the ones under 500. Huh?
They're all pink.
Yeah. So I thought W's and L's was a QB stat. So Ace, hold your comments because we want to hear from you now on this. Y'all see that? I don't think. Stop screen share. I'll leave it up. All right. 30 seconds, Ace. And the topic is highest paid under 500. The fact that W's and L's is supposed to be a QB stat, that's what they ran on Justin Fields. Dave, no-brainer Wannstedt, just went on national media saying Justin wasn't good in the fourth quarter. Oh, my God, it's fourth quarter stats because we had a jackass offensive coordinator and he was playing with bums.
Yeah, he did have the worst statistically of any quarterback in the league for the fourth quarter.
All right, but save it. So I'm save that for your take. I'm gonna throw it to Ace. You got 30 seconds, and then Diesel, you next. Let me get it at the top. All right, Karen, let's get it a little. Cut the volume down. Here we go, Ace.
Well, I mean, the fact that Justin Incl received his payment as a quarterback is based on the team that it was on. He didn't have anybody to throw to. His offensive coordinator sucked, and everybody got fired at the end of last season. Had he been in a position to maybe a little bit, maybe be close to 500, maybe he would have got paid just like the rest of these quarterbacks did.
All right.
Get his fifth-year option picked up or a new contract.
All right.
Now,
That's
what are we giving our take on those quarterbacks that are
the ones that are under 500 and they're getting all that money? Since W's and L's are a quarterback stat is what they were talking about. It's not necessarily to do with Fields, but I like his take on it. And they actually left out the defense, in my opinion, but I'll say that for the historically horrible fucking defense. Defense wins games, but that's my take. All right, Diesel, 36.
I took it as a team because the team wasn't scripted to win. I mean, the team was scripted to be eliminate the salaries and then come on.
We stripped it. All right, even the defense players. All right, Diesel, here you go. Karen, reset the clock for him. You're on.
All right, so looking at that, Trevor Lawrence overpaid. He's not a bad quarterback. He's had slight success, but I wouldn't have never paid him that much money. Everybody else on that list looks like Jared Goff, I think, is overpaid to an extent. Everybody else is pretty much okay, although I don't trust Joe Burrow because he's always injured. So I think he's overrated because he's injury prone.
Patrick Mahomes has outplayed his contract. What do you do now?
No, he doesn't want more. He keeps taking less than what he could, so the team that they can put out there can help him because he knows if he takes too much, he can't get the same kind of talent that he needs to compete. He's still wealthy. He got enough,
He's got plenty.
He's not tripping.
All right, here's my take on this. As we could clearly see up there, drop dead gorgeous, Trevor Lawrence, 21 and 31. You have to ask yourself, what would a player such as Justin Fields has done if he was in the same situation with the same players? Could it have been worse? Could it have been better? He's drop dead gorgeous. He gets the money. There's never any discussion. And then Dak Prescott and other guys have got to beg for money. This is still going on today as we speak. Jordan Love too. So that's my take. Racism. We don't know what's in it.
Dak Prescott already been paid through like one contract.
Two of
them. Yeah, two. So he's got his money. He's got his money twice.
But he ain't never been under 500 ever.
No. For Prescott, it's not really about the regular season. His thing is about get them to the championship game.
What about these other guys?
That's right.
Well, we talking about Prescott now. We can go back to them other guys. Like I said, Trevor Lawrence is overpaid. He should have never been paid that kind of money. He's shown some flashes. He did bring them back like 27 points in the playoff game.
Yeah.
So that's that counts for something. But he's overpaid. You should have never paid him that much money.
What? He's over. All right, we're making some progress with these though.
And Joe Burrow is a gamer, but the problem is that he's always hurt.
I love Joe Burrow.
Now, he's a gamer. But
I don't know what's in his heart. He's one of the white boys. You don't know what's in his heart, but he's a cool white boy.
You know what is in his heart. He helps the community back in Cincinnati where
he helps the copper community.
He's one of those dudes where you like, man, if he could just stay healthy throughout the season, then you could see, he might end up being like Andrew Luck, force him to retire early because he keeps getting hurt. So,
Joe Burrow got paid. Now it's time for a wide receiver to get paid. I mean, it's tough.
And Andrew Luck wasn't poor and stupid.
Nah, he was already rich.
Yeah. That's why he was able to quit like that, walk away from the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think he would have kept playing.
Oh, hell yeah. I love this game, bro. Now, y'all brought him up, and we're gonna start the next topic. But Andrew Luck, bro, like, do we think that it'd be nice if Caleb can come out there looking like an Andrew Luck, bro? I'd be so happy. I'd be happy. I won't talk about Justin ever again.
He will, and I'll talk about the halter top once we get into the Bears of why these players are wearing the halter top. As I've been looking at college football now, all of them wear it, except they don't wear it like Caleb does with no shirt on, making it look like a halter top. Everybody has a shirt underneath it, but yeah, it's for their
hey, Caleb,
stats.
if you ever catch a DUI and you end up in Cook County Jail in any one of those divisions, don't put that halter top on. They're gonna put you in protective custody.
Yeah, if he can start performing like Andrew Luck, man, that's a super plus. Because Luck, I think every season they went to the playoff. I think they went to like 2 AFC championship games.
Yes.
But every season, I think they went to the playoffs with him. So
hey, and he threw a good ball. You knew it when you saw it come out his hand, bro.
So does Caleb, and I mean,
I didn't realize this. Caleb had more 50-plus yard touchdowns in college football last year than any other quarterback. Any other quarterback in college. He threw 50-plus TDs.
And he played with a crappy.
He didn't have no line.
Yeah, I was going to say, he played with a crappy line.
He didn't have any receivers.
But he was resorting to hero ball. He did a lot of hero ball, and they keep saying he can't do that. And if it was the same thing Justin was doing with no line, but when Justin had a line at Ohio State, what's the guy name? The rookie, the other one out of Ohio State.
The guy that's in
Houston,
Seattle.
The guy that's in Houston.
Oh, you're talking about the quarterback? Stroud.
So CJ Stroud, bro, he wasn't running around at Ohio State either because they had a line.
No,
you got him in the NFL and nobody blocking. He's doing what he got to do. That's what I'm saying. Hero ball, bro. You can't stand it in process, bro, when these guys ain't blocking. And I don't expect the line to block every time. Again, I played at William H. Ray. But you got to know when to get out of there and make a play.
Yeah. I mean, I still assume that if Justin would have been in the situation with the Keenan Allen and a Roman Dunze or Marvin Harrison, whoever they picked in the first round, other than a quarterback, that they would have, he would have had a great opportunity to succeed this year, going from 7 wins to maybe 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely 10.
Especially coming up with Swift as your number one running back.
But I'll say this, Justin's processing. He got to learn a whole new system. Same thing going through Pittsburgh now. But maybe since he's a veteran and he's been in so many different systems, it's now easier because a lot of the language is the same. You know what I mean?
And Tyler Scott, speaking to him in camp, said that the system between Getsy and the new coordinator is similar language and similar things, except that it's made a lot clearer by the new offensive coordinator. So we'll see what happens.
You hear how much they're promoting the dink and the doink? I've never heard them promote the dink and the doink during Justin's development. It was always about he's got a process and he's got to stand. They never said, that motherfucker Caleb been throwing the ball to the running back, hitting them short tight ends. They said he's doing all that in practice over and over. Even the defense is making tongue in cheek talking about
and he's not. And remember, I watched Caleb for like freshman, sophomore, and last year.
Yeah, but then you moved off of him for Jaden Daniels. But go ahead.
No, I didn't move off of him. I said Jaden Daniels is legit. I wouldn't mind if they took him either. But but Caleb isn't really a dink and dunk kind of guy. He's a middle to long.
At all. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I used to watch him at USC, and he knew how to time screens.
He knew when to take that.
Yeah, when it was called and everything, he get it to the back, and the back could take
and
off.
those arm angles, though, so it's something you learn naturally as a quarterback. Like, man, I need to, and then get that over there like that. You know what I'm saying? And Justin wouldn't give me that, and then you got bums getting their hand on the ball.
It didn't seem like, for whatever reason, Justin's natural arm motion didn't seem. I don't know. It was like one of those big, strong arm.
It was, but you can coach just like any shot, you can coach a pump fake off. So if his arm motion was way back there, I would have been telling him, And you know what I'm saying?
If you
Like
notice, last year, a lot of times when he threw screens or short pass, he was trying to like not put
wasn't he? Because
all of
they was
that
overcoaching him.
into it.
Yeah, but it wasn't
Yeah,
natural.
he
It
was
wasn't natural.
trying to, but it wasn't natural. Just
I felt
on.
like he predetermined a lot. You know what I mean? He predetermined where he was going to go and stuff like that, man. And that kind of stuff would have came as he got more comfortable and had more talent around him. He's still a young player. All right, let's go to the next one. Go ahead.
You had two different college offenses. You had one that in the Big Ten that put him behind a big, huge offensive line and superior athletes going out there catching the ball versus USC, where he might have some good receivers, but there was nobody blocking for him.
Yeah, nothing in the trenches.
Yeah. He didn't hardly take Fields. He didn't hardly take a lot of snaps under center at Ohio State. Most
Neither did
was in the shotgun.
But they're saying the same thing about Caleb. But guess what? They're developing Caleb. This new offensive coordinator ain't not calling these plays. The offensive coordinator's got Caleb under the fucking center. I mean, that's their job. You know what I mean?
Well, he's it's funny with this coordinator. He's a running fucking coordinator.
Yeah, but he calls a lot of passes.
He calls a lot of passes
because he passes out of run formations. Love it.
Because he didn't have Seattle backs kept getting hurt.
Okay.
Like they running backs they had a good like 2 or 3, but they was always hurt.
And you hear how he talks, and you hear how he talks about putting the players in the best position and doing what's best for the players. Like, man, I love that.
Did he ever say that?
No, never said it.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
I don't even remember Getsy talking. To be
he
honest,
used to talk. He used to go up there and talk to the media.
I mean, like after the game was over, we done lost shit. Like pregame,
he used to be happy.
The hell were you thinking was 14 screen passes in a row?
Yeah, after a game like that, and then he'll come out in the presser with the Bears and be smiling. How's everybody doing it? Bro, we just lost 4 straight games. Fuck you smiling about? All right, but let's get to the next one. 30 seconds. This is supposed to be MEP. It's supposed to be fast, you guys. We're stringing it out. All right, starting with you, Diesel. You're ex-military, and thanks for your service. There seemed to be some national anthem protests during the Olympics. So just 30 seconds. Thoughts on protests as an athlete, not as a fan, during the national anthem at an international event.
Is it now? Wait a minute before you finish. Is it our anthem or different? What is that?
Our anthem. Protesting you're a U.S. citizen protesting our national anthem in Paris at a world event, right? Airing our dirty laundry, so to speak, like those brothers did. I think it was 1968. Yeah, it was. All right, so starting with you, Diesel. Karen, start the timer.
Okay, so actually, I don't have a problem with protesting during but how they're protesting will be the issue. If you're kneeling or you're fist in the air or got your hands crossed or something to that effect, I don't have a big deal with it, but just nothing that's going to compromise, the country overall in regards to your safety and things of that nature. But I don't have a problem with it as long as it's done within just of what's going on.
Yeah, that was a great take, bro. We had a guy on the Self-Love show, Poet, and he wasn't Navy. I think he said Marine. And man, the poem was super dope. I'm gonna make it short and put it up on the channel, but I'm like, bro, like this should have go crazy if you got in uniform and like stood had a flag and you was on like 79th and in the hood though, you know what I mean? Like, and he said that he wouldn't do it because of his brotherhood, with his guys, and so I had to think like it's like me, taking the noops, wearing my letters and doing something like that. I'm like, bro, I would do it, and my brothers got to respect it. But I'm not military, so my question for you: is there any code or unwritten code of things you're supposed to be doing in and out your uniform? When you're wearing your uniform, like, can you smoke a blunt when you're walking down the street?
Actually, you know what? I don't. I mean, I used to see guys smoke squares and stuff in their uniforms.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, outside of a bar though.
Yeah, that was common. I don't really know too many things that you should and shouldn't be doing if you're in uniform.
Yeah, we had a code like if I'm wearing my letters, you can't toss your hat this way and that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're a Kappa, you're a Kappa. You ain't representing nothing else at that point.
Well, I mean, I know things like you have to have your cover on. Trying to remember, was it outside? If you're outside, you had to have your cover on. There was a couple of things, but those were just regular overall military rules. As far as like with your guys or whatever, no,
Like, do you think it's disrespectful to your unit were you to do something like that? Like, how would your brothers feel about it? Okay. Yeah.
No, it would depend on what you were doing it for. Okay. So if you were doing something depending on your
it was
reason,
for the people. It was for he was talking about.
No, it wouldn't be taken.
Man, that's what I couldn't argue that with him. But because it's a personal choice. I can't. I hear you, bro, and that's what I was thinking too. Great take. Let me get this to Ace for the same take. But that was a fantastic take. Karen, can we start the timer for Ace, and then I'll give y'all my take on it. All right, here we go, Ace. Protest during the Olympics.
I think you'd have to get out in front of it and disseminate to everyone what you're protesting and why. Yeah, you can protest at the International Olympics, but if there's a reason, just like you're kneeling, you're protesting copper-colored people being killed by the police, you should be able to protest anything that you want as long as the message is coming out in front of or behind or the side of what's really going on.
Great take. And I agree with both y'all. So I don't have much to add. Karen, we're just going to start this real quick for me. What I will add to this take, love what you guys said about what you're doing it for. And then I never thought about what Ace just said, like kind of discussing it with cats to kind of get them a heads up because that could affect their performance as well. They're going to get a lot of smoke, get a lot of questions about it. So it should be worth something that everybody can wrap, their minds around. And if they can't, then you probably want to take your letters off or your uniform off or your Jackie Robinson uniform off and do it another way. Yeah. All right, y'all. The last one. I'll start with this. Gambling. These are you like this. It's been in the national news. There's some question about the ethics of gambling sponsorships in sports. Gambling sponsorships in sports. So I'll start out with this, Karen. Gambling. I've never been much of a gambling person. I feel like you've got to play to lose. I've known people very near and dear to me that have had an addiction with gambling. It's not something that I personally play around with, but to each his own. As far as gambling sponsorships in sports, I think it should be removed. If we're going to have gambling sponsorships, let's go ahead and get cigarette ads and everything else so those kids can learn how to be men. All right, that's my take on it. I'm going to throw it to you, Ace, and then Diesel, you'll close it out, and then we get to the Bears and close it out. Oh, my fault, Ace. My fault. Karen, what the hell are you smoking? All right, Ace, here we go.
Gambling, I mean, you have all kinds of sponsorships of things that are probably not favorable to the people of America. So, different companies that sponsor all kinds of different things. Gambling sponsorships, let it go. And I think you should be able to bring Pete Rose back into baseball. His elimination from baseball was years ago before gambling was allowed by all the damn leagues in the country. Not that he's my friend or anything, but damn it, you're allowing sports gambling on every sport. So, he always bet on his team to win, and it's time to, at least bring him back into baseball.
All right, 30 seconds is up there, fella. Great take. Hold on, these up. What about Pornhub though? Why not have porn sponsor sports?
Why not? You had the Kardashians at the damn Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'm talking about porn. All right, here we go. It's on Diesel. It's on Diesel here. You got 30 seconds. Here's your take, Diesel.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. It's a conflict of interest to have those people sponsoring the same sports and stuff that their people are able to gamble on their websites. So I don't like it at all. It's no different than the problems you got with politicians, Supreme Court. You can go and funnel them money and get them gifts, and there's no oversight for that. and it's the same people where they can make decisions that affect everybody, but it's almost like an impartial.
So you're
system.
saying even if it's a little influence, they're going to be wielding influence. Sponsors wield influence on the people they sponsor.
They're just like lobbyists. That's exactly what they're doing. They're lobbying those same people to get something from them in return.
And speaking of sponsors, that was a great take, you guys.
97.1 FM. WQHG 97.1.
97.1.
97.1. In the morning, cool weekends.
FM. Weenie. And the
Manic Monkey 97.1.
Cool weekends in the morning. All weekend long.
Weenie and the Butt.
In the morning. On the radio.
FM. Dickie the Punchline Donkey on Cool 97.1. On the radio.
In the morning. FM. WQHG.
Cool weekends.
In the morning. On 97.1.
97.1.
Weenie in the Butt.
97.1.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Oh my God.
WQHG. Turn it on and rip the knobs off.
You're listening to the radio.
Weenie in the Butt.
Sorry about that. We mentioned the sponsors. Good job, Karen. They just sent us a check. Winnie and the Butt is back in the building. All right, that's it for the MEP round. It took a lot longer than a minute and a half, but we'll work on it, guys. All right, here we go. Camp news. We're going to talk about all Bears right now. What's that, Ace?
Bear down.
All right. So before we go there, what do you guys think about Jordan Love getting a deal? Get his deal overall, maybe versus like how the Bears handle JF1?
He's getting it. They're working on it.
He got it. It's signed. It's signed.
It's signed? Okay.
Yeah.
So but he's worth it. He's worth it. I mean, he was performing. He showed the growth.
Last 9 games, he had the best numbers out of any quarterback in the league, but I didn't hear about that because he ain't dropped dead good.
Second half of the season.
He showed the growth. So what he's getting paid is, it's worth it. Matter of fact, even in the playoffs,
his coordinator was a coordinator, though. His coordinator wasn't a QB coach for Mike. He wasn't a 2-guard coach for Michael Jordan. Go ahead.
I thought they had them in the playoffs, and then he got a little. I think who was it they lost to, the 49ers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or Detroit?
Yeah,
was it the 49ers or Detroit?
They should have beat
Dallas. I can't remember. No, they beat Dallas. I think they played Dallas and beat them
first.
Yeah.
Beat somebody.
But no, he got a lot of promise, man. And the division going between him and if
Packers lost to the Niners 21-24.
Yeah, the Niners came back on him. Yeah. No, he deserves whatever he's trying to get, he deserves it.
Yeah.
So they keep getting good quarterbacks in Green Bay.
The Bears were 5-2 in their last 7 games?
Yeah.
You got rid of your quarterback, so.
Yeah, it wasn't all their quarterback. It was Bilbo. He won like
we're gonna talk about Bilbo Bajamania in this segment, so it's coming.
But what if the Bears had made the playoffs and made it stink in the playoffs, and
it wouldn't have mattered. You just said they still fell into that number 1 pick, and that would have just put poles in them in the hole. That's why I was praying that happened, and that's why they kept JF1 out of that game against the Panthers. They didn't.
Well, like I said, the only way that I was saying it throughout the last part of that season, they got to make the playoffs to consider keeping him.
Yeah, but if he'd had a terrible fourth quarter in that playoff game and lost, it would have
been the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
The same thing. Yeah. But at least if he would have made the playoffs, and if he would have performed to the point where
you'd have got a lot higher than a 6th round pick.
It wasn't his fault that they lost.
Yeah.
Then they might have considered to keep him. It could have been a lot of different things.
What percentage of his losses, and I'm asking both of you guys, what percentage of JF1's losses can you guys honestly, looking your ancestors in the face, those Bears games, because I know you guys watch them and I watch every single one every second. What percentage of his losses are you saying that's flat out on him? Because Shady McCoy, he's the worst quarterback in the NFL, according to Shady McCoy.
Yeah.
NFL history.
I would give Justin maybe out of the 29 losses he achieved during his tenure as starting quarterback, maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, I'm feeling 7. I'm feeling about 7 that I can, and even then, I don't feel comfortable doing it. But go ahead, Diesel. How many are you feeling?
Oh, at least 15.
Honestly.
At least 15.
Half of them. Okay. All right.
At least at a minimum.
It's an interesting question because I wonder. I'll put up a poll. Yeah, because I wonder about that. Because like I played quarterback again, you guys. It wasn't at any organized level. It's all street quarterback, and I have to ask myself that personal question. When I lost a game, there were clearly times when I was like, it wasn't my fault. Like I'm hitting people and they dropping the fucking ball, Diesel. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting a motherfucker for a touchdown and they dropped the ball, bro.
The defense stinks.
Yeah, no, I never really.
Our defense top 10 last year.
Come on, man. They lost 3 damn games that there was virtually impossible for them to lose.
In the fourth quarter,
the problem with our defense is in the fourth quarter, they wouldn't perform, and then you got the worst quarterback.
Well, you might be able to say that for one season. You might be able to say that for one season.
I'm talking about for last year. So if you combine,
how many losses did he get last year when he had a better defense? Fields, what was his record last year when he had a better defense?
What did the Bears finish at?
The Bears won 7. I think Bilbo won 2 of them, so he won 5. Bilbo lost 2, so the Bears finished with what? 7 and 10. 8. So he lost 8 games. So he was 5 and 8, and the defense didn't come on in the first 4 games. You got to subtract. Because he was at 140 rating and shit like that in some of them games.
The defense finished as a top 10 overall defense. Now,
he'd have been a 500 quarterback had he had a defense like that.
Here's the tricky part.
Lost to Detroit.
Here's the tricky part. In those games, you know what happened in the first 3 quarters where you might have been able to put up points or score on plays that wouldn't dictate what happened
but you were getting pre-snap penalties and false start, and you're starting out at 2nd and 15, and then you're blaming Justin.
It could have been a lot of things, but overall,
that Kansas City game wasn't his fault.
When you combine what they did in the fourth quarter on certain games, the defense, and you throw in this quarterback who's the worst in the league in the fourth quarter, it's just a bad mix. It's just a bad mix.
I got the producer right here. We got about 20 minutes. Venus has been shining, you guys. So I want to cover this real quick. Yeah, he's flashing. Venus and your boy Tyler Gordon have been flashing. Yeah. No, hey, I'm just saying, bro. You're a Velas hater, you know.
Not a hater. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, you don't like Velas.
Yeah, he don't like Velas.
He's never like.
You're to Velas Jones what Shady McCoy is to Justin Fields.
You think Velas Jones is going to make this damn team?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he's a polls guy. With the new kickoff rules?
Yeah. Bro, you act like he didn't make no plays last year, bro. He made some plays last year. You know, he did. All right.
Now, I wanted him to go to the doctor and get that vaccine. He needed that vaccine for that fumbleitis, but outside of that,
he's going to be in the wide receiver room.
He's going to be in the wide receiver room and the special teams room.
Because as quiet as it's kept, those 3 receivers, they're not going to make the whole season.
Correct. You need 5 receivers.
Keenan Allen usually gets hurt for a few games.
DJ Moore is never hurt.
Keenan Allen does get hurt.
Tyler Scott is
he's just saying that in league wide, you're going to expect some injuries, so you're going to need rotation. And that was the problem with Justin. Justin had bums, and then a receiver would get hurt, and guess who was coming out there? A bigger bum.
So you're counting on Velas to be your 6?
5 or 6.
5
yeah.
6.
Yeah, 5.
6.
He's a scat.
He's battling 6 and 7.
Well, who you putting him in front of? Tyler? You got the 3 that Diesel just mentioned. Tyler Gordon, Tyler Scott, right?
Yeah.
I keep saying Gordon. Tyler Scott. And then who else? Velas. Who you got after Tyler Scott?
You got St. Brown, who's a special teams player.
Is he still on the team?
Yes, he's a special.
He'll probably get cut. Get cut.
And his dad's out here talking about how he bred him and stuff.
You got some undrafted guys. You got some guys they drafted. Velas is fighting for a roster spot. I know what he did, and I know he's a 3rd round pick, but he's fighting for the last wide receiver spot. I'm not saying.
Well, you still haven't
going
said
to get
if you're
cut.
saying Brown is going to cut him as opposed to a guy who was drafted. He's third.
The special
by the
teams
GM.
matters now, so you got to equate for.
And draft placement matters.
They picked up somebody else. They got a running back that returns kicks.
But
Ace, if you drafted
then that
Velus
might be a different
Jones,
story.
you would not be moving off of him for St. Brown if you drafted him. That's the way.
I'm
That,
moving
once
off
you
him
do
for
that,
St.
you're
Brown.
saying
I'm moving off of him for this team, and he's got to earn a spot on this team. And his only spot, his only
Brown
chance
is only trying to
is special teams.
shoot marbles with his brother in the division. You know, we're not. No, don't put him on Detroit. Let his brother do.
St. Brown is a special teams player and a blocking wide receiver. And Velus Jones don't block.
He's a return
special teams player.
We're going to spend no more time on Velus. That was more of a hey. So here's the moment. Karen, play the moment that DJ Moore confirmed what we've been saying, that Cole Kmet is the company plan.
Just like I said, I really feel like I'm a ton of reps in the preseason. For what a rookie quarterback, he might need those reps. But probably when y'all come out, he's probably going to come out. Are y'all willing to play more reps in the preseason just to get him up to speed a little bit more?
We will. Well, they pay us, so we got to do whatever they want us to do. That's kind of how that works. No, but we want to have a successful season, and we trust Coach that they have a good plan. And look, they've been thinking about all this for quite a while now. So whatever plan they got laid out for us to do during the preseason, whether it's in practices and games, we're going to be all for, and that's just kind of part of this process that we're in. So yeah, when they say jump, we have to say how high. So that's kind of the deal.
Man. All right. He said, I ain't going.
Jump.
All right. Diesel, what's your take on that, man? I mean,
we ain't like Cole. We didn't listen now. Listen, none of us really cared for Kmet.
Anybody's been in a locker room would not like that. Go ahead.
Since he's been with the Bears. Now, it was an afterthought because we didn't even realize that he actually had caught that many passes last year.
You're damn right. I ate croak for Cole Kmet.
It didn't seem like he caught that many passes. And if he did, they were probably the most insignificant catches that we've seen.
I would cut Cole Kmet after seeing that and move Velus Jones up in the depth chart.
But man, you don't pay that dude, pay him no weight, because we didn't really care for him when he was first with the Bears. Even though he had, at Notre Dame, I think, ain't that where he came from? Notre Dame, right?
Yeah, Notre Dame.
He seemed like he was all right, but I think there was some other tight ends that we liked ahead of him.
Yeah.
And we thought the Bears should get.
We had some we got rid of. I was like, we could have kept. There was like 4th, 5th rounders that was catching balls in the preseason. You know what I mean? I had no problem with them.
Yeah, so I'm not giving him no weight. Like I said, until last season, the seasons before, he wasn't really nothing. We was like, he was a busted draft pick. And then last year, it was an afterthought. It was an afterthought that he had that kind of season.
Great take. Let me throw it to Ace. Ace, what got me, if y'all saw the whole thing, Cole had just spoke, and then the next reporter was directing that question at both of them. Boy, the company plan answered that damn question so quick because dude was about to start responding. Man, let the alpha male respond to this damn question. Who made you? You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna talk because I'm white and got privilege. Go ahead, Ace, and talking this shit.
Well, it's obvious, and we've all said, he's a company plant, and he had no love for Justin, and he's got just about as much love for Caleb. There's not whatever the team wants him to say, but Cole Kmet, they say jump. He's going to say how high because he never thought he would have got a $50 million.
You remember how fast they paid him?
When they say catch, he's supposed to say the football because he wasn't he wasn't running great routes and stuff.
And people was pointing it out, and he was whiffing on blocks and everything.
He's running around because DJ Moore was out there. He's running around wide open. They were double teaming DJ Moore. And for blocking, they went out and got Mercedes Lewis. And really to catch those balls on third down, they got Everett from the Chargers. So if you're spending the church's money, you're gonna say whatever the team wants you to say, and that's what he did in the press conference. And that's why DJ Moore was like, Get the fuck out of here.
Here's the thing, and this is a Copper coach, and all of the players, the coaching staff, the offensive line love him. The offensive line coach would have been the first guy fired if not Getsy. And he's the only coach we kept. And so now they're saying out of camp, we get out there with the pads on. They back to jumping and false starting. They still shifting the line. One guy's starting one day at center. The next guy's starting the next day at center. You got a new quarterback who you might want as much freaking consistency as possible. You got your boy got dinged up. The tackle who's always dinged. The ginger who's always dinged up. The guard, the left guard. Yeah, he got dinged up in practice again. So they put in, and they put in the backups and they're jumping. What I'm saying is false starts all over the place. The defensive line is blowing them up, bro. They said Caleb is running for his life. It sure sounds like Justin, bro. I mean, the same situation. So I'll start with you, Ace. What do you know about this offensive line? What do you think's going along? Is this going to get fixed? Because this has been going on for years. And then I'll throw it to you, Diesel.
Well, one of the scenarios had us keeping Justin and being able to get a left tackle and shore up the offensive line while getting a top receiver. So I mean, it's
a tackle and a center.
Yeah, it's this way, it's that way. Now you're looking at going into another season where you got to look at the next draft as far as getting a tackle or a center or someone.
I have no confidence that Poe, who's coming in here to build our offensive line, is going to use any high draft capital on another lineman. Go ahead.
He got what the people said they wanted. They wanted a quarterback, and we looked into getting a top flight receiver. And, they shored up the skill positions, and the Bears got to make it from there. There'll be some players available after the cuts in training camp, and we'll see what happens from there. We're still looking for another defensive end, and we're still looking for some more offensive line help. They drafted the offensive lineman out of Yale that he was hurt when they drafted him, man. Hopefully he'll come along and sometime during the season.
Well, his dad is a golf buddy of they golf. His dad golfs at the same course with the head coach
on the football field.
I love that kid though, and his family. I saw a nice outtake on them. Man, they're like some sort of Nigerian or something, copperish. Yeah. But man, I love if y'all get a chance to see that, man, watch that. But Diesel, the Dashley O-line, bro. Y'all praise Poles. You guys are talking about he walks on water. You guys are by a mistake if y'all saw him in there, if he got rid of your color quarterback. But why hasn't he fixed the line? Because that's what he was supposed to be so adept at.
Well, I think the line is the tackles are good. We good at the tackle position. It's the in-between guys that we got to see. So the center and the two guards. And, it ain't even preseason game, ain't even started yet. So,
oh boy,
you want to
we got a Hall of Fame game coming around the corner.
Yeah, but you want to fix all of that up until when the season starts. So you're going to have those things. You want to get them now before the season starts. So get it all out of the system, backups, starters, whatever. The one thing with the starters, it's going to be tough to see how many snaps they get because.
Well, they're not playing any of them in the Hall of Fame game.
What? None of the.
I'm serious.
Yeah, that's blasphemy.
And they said the other team had announced first that they
got a rookie
playing.
Quarterback.
You got a rookie, and you got this line jumping around. They need to be on that field. Yeah.
The rookie quarterback. Remember when we were saying Fields needs to get these reps?
Yeah.
He needs to get reps to be ready when the season starts.
Yeah.
This dude has no NFL reps.
Excuse they used though, because I remember what the coach said was our line is banged up, and so we don't want to risk Fields. And we were saying that Fields needs those reps, and it goes back to saying they weren't trying to support Fields. Now the line is healthy, and they're still and they're having trouble with the cadence. That's why they're jumping. They're getting used to this new quarterback's cadence.
They need the
reps in the game experience.
Yes. And the thing with the receivers is. It's the timing. You got to get the timing and that consistency and know what your quarterback likes to do, what your receivers like to do. Now, I ain't saying you're going to play them a fucking half, but you at least got to let them play 2 series. I mean, come on, man.
At least 2 series.
You got to get some plays on tape.
You got to get it on tape.
If he doesn't play, wait a minute. Are they saying Caleb is not playing at all?
No,
that's fucking ridiculous
at all.
man. There's only 3 preseason games now.
Yeah,
It
but the
ain't
Hall of Fame
4.
game,
They get to play 4.
Well, the Hall of Fame game ran up on them so early, so they're not prepared for it. You know what I mean? The guy Caleb threw like 4 or 5 interceptions at the yesterday. So,
yeah, you need reps. Oh.
Well, he said he wants to throw interceptions because that is where you learn, which is what you were saying you wanted Justin to do. Just take those risks.
I wanted him
Yeah.
throwing the ball.
Yeah.
I didn't care if it was bad. If he keeps throwing,
let it rip.
Nothing but get better.
Let it rip.
Nothing but get better.
Would you
and get used to it.
Hey, talk your ass off about Jeff George. Jeff George was never scared to pull that motherfucker.
No, he was. Hey, he did. And he threw a pretty ball.
I would have loved him in the Bears. We needed that to deal with Mike Dicker. Him and Mike Dicker would have been great together.
We had him in them 80s when the team was good and we didn't have no quarterback, man. Hey,
Jeff George used to show up at the Kappa House, bro, at about 1 a.m. He'd come in there wearing, I saw him in there like 2-3 times. He'd come in there wearing a cowboy hat and cowboy boots and leave him out with one of them black girls every time.
He looked like he was a drinker too. He looked like he was drunk.
He was drunk, man. He was young. He was a party. He was cool though. Like he didn't talk to the coloreds a lot. He wouldn't talk to the brothers, but he talked to those sisters. All right, let's talk about Rome. Rome Odunze. Not a lot of talk about him. So what do y'all want to say about what's going on with him now?
Be ready. I mean, Rome is he's biding his time. He's in a room with a Hall of Fame player and a top tier receiver. So he's learning how to play in the NFL, and he's not in a situation of his quarterback where he's got to get out there right away and prove that he's ready for the NFL. He can learn from these guys and go out there and develop.
But why won't the same thing apply for Justin? I mean, not Justin, for Caleb. I mean, what I'm saying is, should Rome be starting? I never understood why we brought that veteran in and still went out and used that type of draft capital on the receiver. It should have been one or the other.
Well, Rome he's in a great position because you get to learn from this workhorse Moore, and Moore can run routes and everything. And then Keenan Allen is just a beast with running routes, and he's never been fast.
Well, you said Moore is not a number 1 receiver, so who's going to be your true number 1 receiver if you were the OC?
I said when he was.
You said
when he was. I said when he came from fucking Carolina, he wasn't no number 1 to me. He wasn't no number 1.
It was during the season you were saying he wasn't a number 1 receiver.
I said from when he came from Carolina, I said he wasn't a number 1.
All right, go ahead, you guys. Go ahead with your takes.
And he doesn't have to be the number 1, and it really doesn't matter. You can interchange all 3 of them.
Yeah.
You can interchange all 3 because who's the slot guy? What, Allen? Because he can do everything, or Moore. Moore can do. Now, Dunze, I see him as somebody on the outside, whether it's on the left or the right. If you want to call it the 1 or the 2, he should be on the outside.
Man, they say Rome know that playbook like the back of his motherfucking hand. They said him and Caleb be getting together. They be having parties where they be talking about the playbook. They all get together and you know that type shit, man. I love Caleb's work ethics and Rome. I love both of them. It would have been, to your point, mutiny. So I kind of see why they didn't want to do that. But I would have kept Justin still.
Caleb
I would have kept Justin.
Always. Now, we know he's kind of what we call a little weirdo, but they say he's always happy. Always
upbeat. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like approachable and upbeat, and he's always, so they say that goes a long way.
It's the honeymoon, though.
Yeah.
Justin was always happy, too. You get drafted, you're going to be happy, too. You got all that money.
No, they said he would be happy sometimes. And then other times, he
would be sacking him like 30, 40 times, or 50 times.
Yeah, and wait and blaming him, and low-key blaming him. Wait till the media start getting in Caleb's ass. This the honeymoon. Come on, act like y'all ain't Bears fans. This the honeymoon period.
Yeah,
they used to get on Walter Payton.
But shit, Fields,
blame Payton for
losses.
losses.
Don't forget, Fields did go out there and bash his coaches, remember?
No, he didn't. He did not. No, he did not.
Yeah, he did. He
they asked him a question. He said
he started talking about, what did he say? I
want to play football, is what he said.
Yes.
But they got me out there doing. He did bash his coach.
And then they fired his ass, so it was.
And that same coach is getting bashed by pink quarterbacks in the Raiders right now. That same quarterback, that same offensive coordinator is getting bashed by the coaches, by the players he's coaching right now. They said there's some hubbub in the Raiders camp about the Inspector Getsy. You know, overcoaching in your head, nitpicking. Man, you see what you see over there? That guy's over there. Fuck that guy over there. He can't, man. He wouldn't catch it if I throw it to him. And fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I know what I'm doing. You can't teach me. You didn't teach Aaron Rodgers shit. That was the problem. He was the wrong guy.
You're not throwing it like Aaron Rodgers or whatever.
All right, halter top, yo. I try to wait. Everybody wants to just talk about him, and because of him, we don't even talk about Rome. If Rome was our only draft pick, this whole show would be about Rome. Halter top, y'all. What y'all got to say about halter top, man? You know, come on. It's your quarterback.
It's my quarterback. I moved on from Justin because Justin is gone. So you know, we have to see what halter top does out there on the field with the pads on. Everybody looks great in shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah, that's right.
Halter tops. Everybody looks great when you're in practice and you're practicing in pads.
And you can't get snatched down to the turf by a 350-pound lineman on steroids.
Kick you in the nuts and give you the business. But you know, you got to get out there and run those plays. And everybody's still talking about he's a special talent. I think he can throw players open. I think he has a different arm angles. I think he's going to be
tough enough.
I believe he'll be tough enough to compete with his team. And
is he a bear with his little cross? Is he a bear?
He's tough because of what we call weirdness.
Somebody tell him to stop saying "Go Bears" and tell him to say "Bear down." Go ahead.
That's his mantra. Go Bears.
Oh, he doesn't have a mantra. Our mantra is "Bear down," and he's got to be told that. Go ahead, Diesel.
He just got here from the left coast, so
don't come here doing this and talking about "Go Bears."
Go Ben.
It's "Go Cubs." It's
coming up
"Go
with the
Bulls."
bear claw, and he's going to sell that, and he's going to market it, and he's going to trademark it, and
ship him off to Washington for Daniels. Go ahead, Diesel. I'm starting to go with Diesel's opinion. We should have brought in Jaden Daniels and shored up that offensive line.
No, we just got it out. Now we just sit back and wait. We see how training camp progresses. I guess we got to wait till the second preseason game to get to see him. Now, if he's not playing at all in this first game, the second game he needs to play at least a full quarter. He's got to.
First game, man. It's a Hall of Fame game. What the hell are they holding him back for?
And that offensive line, all that communication between him and that line, they need to be out there doing that shit. And that's just what you said. Yeah, get that shit out your system. That's what the preseason is for, getting the trenches out their system.
And then remember, before the season starts, they usually have it's almost like 2 weeks in between that last preseason game to the season. So it's like, man, you need the reps so you can be ready.
And please, you can go in there and tell Eberflus, my left fingernail was sore this morning. They'll sit you out of practice and shit. Go in the preseason. Go ahead, Ace. Seriously, that's the shit they be doing. Mike Dick is like, you better get your ass out there.
Well, you know, this is a different era of football. There's no more tour days. There's no more pressing those players to puke.
There's no more not giving them water.
Yeah. No more of that. But that's the reason for you to practice a week before the other teams start practicing, is to get your team reps for the Hall of Fame game. Especially you got a rookie quarterback. You got to take advantage of all the advantages that you have, because it's a long season. And you know, I would get him out there working on his cadence, working on his timing with the offensive line, working
at
on
risk of injury.
With it's nothing. Come on, it's risk of it's football. There's risk of injury the whole damn season.
Man. So even in the practices and stuff, you can get hurt. So,
does me no good.
You
if
may
as
well
ready.
just be playing. And I looked up. This was last week. I was arguing with a dude at work because he's a JF1 fanatic, and I was like, dude,
we got to get him on the show.
I was like, you act like he's still on the damn team. He's not.
Get
on
him
the
on the
team
show,
no more.
Diesel. But go ahead
So
with the take. I want to hear it.
We were arguing, and then
he's smart.
We started talking about 4,000 yard passes. I was like, listen, if Caleb Williams can stay healthy for the most part of the season, I was like, he can pass for 4,000 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I said, listen, I said, if I'm correct, there were a nice handful of quarterbacks that passed for over 4K last year.
Yeah, it's a new system. 4,000 yards is like 3,000 yards from the football we're used to. But
Right.
go ahead. Yeah.
And there was
it's
10.
an extra game. Yeah.
There was 10 QBs that passed for 4K last year.
So name some of the lesser of those 10 QBs. Some of the ones you might say is a bum. Were all those players great in your mind? Because they passed for 4,000? 4,000?
They were all good as far as
I heard you saying you can't really blame them for losses.
Yeah, you don't want to blame it. If
like
you
Tua,
pass
for
them
instance.
4K,
Like Tua would be one.
Yeah, if you pass them for 4K, you
know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you can throw the fucking football.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can find blame for the most part on other players.
I can agree to that.
Stroud, I think, was number 10, the rookie.
And he didn't even have no super great. He had one great receiver. Now he's got a great core. But yeah, Stroud did.
He had like one guy. He was like number 10. Man, I think I actually did I save it? I had the clipping.
He didn't have Getsy. He didn't have Getsy though in his ear.
No, he didn't have Getsy in his ear, but
yeah, I got the list right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number 1, Jared Goff. 2, Dak Prescott. 3, Sideshow Bob. 4, Josh Allen. 5, Baker Mayfield. 6, Tua Tagovailoa. 7, Jordan Love. 8, Trevor Lawrence. 9, Brock Purdy. And 10 was CJ Stroud.
I'd take all of them. Run that list one more time real quick, Ace. I want to see how many I would take over JF1.
Jared Goff, 4,500.
I'd take him over. I'd take JF1. Go ahead.
Dak Prescott, 4,500.
I'd take JF1. Go ahead.
Patty Mahomes, 4,100.
I'd take Patty Mahomes.
Josh Allen, 4,300.
I'd take Josh Allen.
Baker Mayfield, 4,044.
I'd take Justin Fields.
Tua Tagovailoa, 4,600.
I'd take Justin Fields.
Jordan Love, 4,100.
I'd take Justin Fields.
Trevor Lawrence, 4,000.
I'd take Drop Dead Gorgeous, only because he's Drop Dead Gorgeous and the white man is programmed my brain.
He'll sell more jerseys? Nah. Brock Purdy, 4,200.
I'd take JF1.
CJ Stroud, 4,100, number 10.
So I'd take CJ Stroud probably. So I'm saying, bro, at least for half of those guys, Diesel, I'm saying as far as upside, I'd take JF1 over all those guys, over at least 5, 6 of them. On that list.
And you would need to get off of that hashish that you're on.
No, listen to what I'm saying, because you say, he's running. So if Justin merely threw for 2,800 miles, 2,800 yards, and then ran for like 900 yards, do the math, Ace. If Justin threw for 2,900 yards and then ran for 1,000 yards, that's close to 4,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
And rushing yards are hard. They keep the clock running.
But we're not even counting these other guys, what they did rushing. And the difference is the pressure that they're putting on defense. Now, rushing can put pressure on a defense.
Defense coordinators hate it.
If you can pass. But if you can't pass and you're one-dimensional, your main strength is just running.
Vick wasn't the best passer.
No, he became.
Randall Cunningham.
He got better.
Yeah, he got
better. Got better after he came back.
Justin would have gotten better is my point. Go ahead, Ace. None
of these guys would have really count as a rushing the ball except for maybe a Josh Allen.
And there's only listen. As far as upside, there's only
Trevor Lawrence,
maybe two quarterbacks on here that I might take
Justin over
instead. Yeah, Mayfield, because that was a
Mayfield. I got you. You ain't got to explain.
Erase Mayfield, and probably the one they paid all their money to, Trevor Lawrence.
And what about Dak?
Dak is performing, and he just can't get them over the hump in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, I got you. You saying if it was I got you. All right, I ain't gonna argue that. And maybe
now you could put a small asterisk next to Jared Goff because he will turn the ball.
He's pick six. Not only would he turn it over, he's throwing pick sixes. He's throwing pick sixes.
So that can kind of outweigh his potential.
You're damn right.
But I give him a slight nod because he can be accurate with the ball from time to time. So
Go ahead, Ace. Give a quick wrap up, and then I'm going to go to Beijing Mania. Go ahead, Diesel. You was finishing up. You were saying, but and then
no, but yeah, all them other quarterbacks, man, they willing and dealing. Mahomes,
What about Brock Purdy?
Tuivasa. Brock Purdy was willing and dealing, man.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's got Christian McCaffrey.
Forget who he got though, man.
Oh,
so he can throw the ball.
Listen. He was putting the ball. Listen,
he's got a great offensive coordinator.
He was putting the
great
ball.
line, great left tackle. Put him on the Bears, that guy would be out of football.
Nah, but you listen to what I'm saying.
He'd be Bajan. He'd be Tyson Bajan.
He was putting the ball. His receivers were like always moving, and he would be hitting them in stride, similar to how Kurt Warner did when he was with the Greatest Show on Turf. They were always moving.
He had time.
You got Christian McCaffrey. You got to respect the run. You got
Christian can catch the ball.
And
listen to what I'm saying.
And Christian can block.
If you put Justin Fields in that 49er offense,
they win at least 12 games.
40. He ain't passing for 4,000.
But they win 12 games. But they win 12 games.
I don't know what they win with him.
With Christian McCaffrey, man.
Okay. Well, I ask you this.
Because he's going to have all of the receivers.
Hold it. Put Brock Purdy on the team that Justin played with, not this past season, but his rookie season. What would Brock Purdy have done in that situation had they brought him in?
He'd been out of football.
He'd have passed for more yards than Fields did.
Okay.
Hands down. Hands down. And he's mobile. It ain't like he can't run.
Now he's mobile. All right, interesting.
He's not like no runner like Fields. Nobody is, but he can move.
Nobody is. The fact that you said nobody is should stand for something.
I told you he's the best running quarterback in the league.
It's got to mean something. It can't mean nothing. All right, but
he's better than Lamar Jackson at this point in his career.
All right, now here's my take on this. Bayesian Mania. I told y'all
Lamar ain't on there either. He didn't throw for 4K.
No.
Well, he'd be missing games, so
But he don't have to.
He usually miss games.
He don't have to throw for 4K. If I'm sitting back in the pocket like Dan Marino or Jeff George, I gotta throw for 3,500 4K to even be effective. If I'm like Dan Fouts or something, but if I can run for 1K, I'm not doing that all game. I'm not standing back there waiting on that to break open and I see a lane where I can get 17 yards and get the first down. If they could, they would. Because they can't, they ain't. And you can't discount and say, well, he's running for 1,000 yards. No, those yards are tougher on the defense than 1,000 yards worth of passing.
And it also causes them to miss the games, which is why he probably
that has been proven as untrue. They've done the analytics. The quarterbacks standing in the pocket get hurt more than mobile quarterbacks. Don't act like quarterbacks standing back there don't get hurt. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. I'm not saying they don't get hurt, but I'm talking about these guys who be running around like that.
Well,
they get hurt.
But it's different ways you get hurt.
Look, Fields got hurt last year on non-running plays, right?
Yeah.
And he missed 2-3 games?
One thing, those mobile quarterbacks, all they got to do is learn how to crumple faster. But they were hitting Fields after he went down. He was sliding and getting hit. We talked about it on this show.
Oh yeah, he's not hurt on running play. He wasn't getting flags. He wasn't getting penalties called.
And he got hurt on the passing play. He was trying to extend the passing play. Fields got hurt in the pocket. All right, but hold on. Bayesian Mania. You guys thought I was wacky last year when I said those are meatheads in you guys' a city that I love. Beautiful city of Chicago. Drop dead gorgeous. You guys said I was crazy. And now we've got a number 1 overall draft pick who some people are saying is generational. And here's silent shots. Pick up the silent shots, whoever the fuck you are. I went to training camp and was very confident in Tyson Bagent. He's QB1 this season. Let's go. Hold on. Team generate. The one thing you could really see on the field last year from Bagent was his confidence and decisiveness. More decisive than Fields, still taking shots. As a rookie, undrafted free agent. You hear it in his interview too. That's going to serve him well. Hold on.
Smarter.
Yeah, no. Okay, hold on. We got one more. I'm a lifelong Bears fan and collect cards and Bears memorabilia. This is from Mark D. Watts Sr. Yeah. I have signed rookie cards and photos of Bagent. There's something about this kid. Oh, Bagent. If he doesn't get an opportunity to start in Chicago at some point, I believe he's going to get an opportunity to do it somewhere else.
All right.
And I've seen this drop dead gorgeous smart kid work. He's nonstop. He's tough. He eats, breathes, and he sleeps football. I mean, he trains like a Feeman.
Lord
He's
Justice.
super humble, but also confident in his ability and in his future in the league. There's only one Tom Brady. But this kid reminds me of a young Brady. I wish they would have announced Williams as the starter and I wish they wouldn't have announced Williams as the starter and let these kids compete. Oh, Williams probably wins no problem, but at the end of the day, when there's that what if he can drive men to do exceptional things, or he can expose how some will or will not fold under pressure. Huh? Stop the shit.
It's definitely from Boys Town.
Stop the shit.
Yeah.
So is there any here, you guys? Is there going to be a quarterback controversy if this guy stumbles out of the gates 0-3? What's the
Absolutely
media?
not.
The Last Dragon.
Not white.
What did he say when he was in The Last Dragon and he walked up on Bruce Leroy?
Great fucking movie. I need to watch it again, but go ahead.
It's mumbo jumbo like that. They got ninjas thinking they're the last dragon that gives Kung Fu a bad name. That's what Shono told Leroy. So that's the same thing with this dude. He's wishful thinking. Nah, man, get out of here. Kick rocks with all of that. He Brady or whatever. Nah, bro.
So there's not going to be no chance. This kid stumbles out of the gate. He can't get the cadence right. He's thrown 7 interceptions in the first 3 games. You're going to tell me these meatballs aren't going to be coming out screaming for Bajan?
I don't give a damn.
No, they're not going to scream for him. No.
They're screaming for him now.
Look, if Bajan is the backup, we got no problem with that. If he's the regular backup, I got no problem with that. But he's not the starter.
All right, you guys can disagree with me, Ace. You guys live in the city. I don't.
On
I don't know
that chart, they got him listed as 2 or Rippin. So that he's not even, sure he's going to be the number 2 quarterback, and these people want him to start. So
yeah, he is as far as controlling the offense from the play calling and decisiveness of where to go with the ball. He's better than Fields at that aspect, right?
Allegedly.
Where he wasn't better
allegedly.
Where he wasn't better is running the ball, the play breaks down and that sort of thing. His arm
extending the plays, but that would have came over time. But that
I mean, he's a 2nd-year player. He was better at the pump fake than Justin.
He's a good find. He's a good find, and if he's the backup for the Bears, I got no problem.
But Wordsmith, what do you call him? What do you call Wordsmith?
Wordsworth. Yeah.
Wordsworth. He says the guy's arm is popcorn. Wordsworth used to be during the games, be texting me. Remember, he used to float those interceptions. Wordsworth says that this guy's got a popcorn. How's that popcorn?
If he's seen his interception, he was like getting hit on those balls when he was throwing.
Here we go. So Justin wasn't getting hit and pressured. He wasn't.
Some of Justin's he was getting hit when he threw them. Some of them he was getting hit when he.
I never remember Justin sitting back in the clean pocket and threw a pick. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
But Justin definitely needs that vaccine because he's been suffering from fumbleitis since he got in them. So he needs that vaccine.
He's a quarterback. Quarterbacks fumble, bro. He shouldn't be
not like that.
Quarterbacks that have the worst offensive line in football.
Correct.
Oof, I never got it from the center.
Okay, what are you guys most impressed about? It could be a player or a unit. Well, I won't even lead you. What's been most impressive from the Caleb camp, and the least impressive, I think we may say, offensive line?
My tie would be the wide receiver room and the defensive back room. You got between the 3 starters of DJ and Keenan Allen and Rome Odunze. You're having Tyler Scott's having a heck of a preseason or training camp, and he's the burner. So you can run him out there on some plays and mix him up with those 2 tight ends. I mean, the Bears, if
every year some bum they're raving about, and you have this conversation.
Scott is not a bum. He's a 2nd-year player that was drafted pretty high. They moved up high.
Where was he drafted? What round?
I believe he was drafted in 3rd round.
Yeah. All right.
So they moved
just
up.
Like Velus Jones. Go ahead.
Velus has proven himself as a marginal player, but and that DB room with
well, Velus has fumbleitis. This guy has droppolitis. He dropped balls that your boy Fields, and you're talking about he had bum receivers last year. Now you're sitting here and arguing, to Dzo's point, that he had Tyler Gordon, Scott.
He was a rookie last year.
Okay.
You got to give any rookie a
development,
a mulligan for their first year.
So you're not giving Vilas his rookie mulligan. I'm just asking a question.
I do give him his This is his third damn
That
year.
was his rookie year when he was fumbling the returns, man. He wasn't fumbling. You guys just sound like those meatheads
last year too.
Stop going to Sox gang and hanging out in Bridgeport at that shithole stadium.
So you're saying Vilas was good last year?
He was a lot, man. He made some plays, bro.
Yeah.
They should have used him more, but go ahead, DJ.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, my fault. No, Ace is still on you. Most impressive and least, and then when you're done, we throw the D.
Hopefully, he makes the team this year. But the defensive back room with the addition of Byard, you got rid of I think it's an addition by subtraction by getting rid of Eddie Jackson, and you got all these damn cornerbacks. My gosh,
big ups, EJ.
With a pass rush, you're going to be hard pressed to get that ball out there against the Bears. So
and we ain't nobody even been talking about them linebackers. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, yeah, we know how tough they are. I mean, all three levels, you're looking at some studs that's going to press you. But definitely that is they got backup DBs and nickelback and Gordon. Man, it's going to be tough to throw the ball against the Bears, and if they can get that pass rush going, it's going to be virtually impossible. So I'm looking forward to this season.
They said that one dude's been looking good too. That corner.
Yeah, Tyreek Stevenson.
Yes,
Jalen Johnson.
Tyreek Stevenson. They said he's been balling in camp. I love his interviews. Yeah,
I loved him last year because he was gambling.
Yeah.
He would get burnt sometimes.
Yeah,
but
own up to it. Own up.
Sometimes he could make the play.
Yeah.
And I like that
too. Those rookie
calls.
Like that. Yeah. And they got the guy out of Minnesota that they only talk about. He's a big cornerback. That he was playing well at the end.
Yeah. And we got a Hall of Fame safety back there like you said, to replace Ejak. That defense. Yeah, hands off. All right, great take. Dzo, what's been the most impressive and the least impressive things that you're hearing from camp? And one of you guys, man, y'all need to pull up the camp, get some footage, man.
Best thing probably is the relations, the what a lot of those players were thinking how Caleb Williams was and what they finding out. And they're like, man, this dude is nothing like what we thought.
Well, we never believed none of that nonsense. But go ahead.
And it seems like they all, for the most part, get along with him, and even more importantly, they respect him.
He got into a skirmish. He's not a bitch. Go ahead. He got into a skirmish.
He's not. Even though what we would call a little bit weirdo, he's not like.
Even if he's rainbow, I know rainbows will whoop people's ass. Go ahead. You know what I mean?
And,
they're Marines and they'll, but go ahead.
I'm trying to think as far as what the bad parts that you hear about.
Well, he threw 4 picks. He threw 4 picks yesterday.
But that doesn't concern me at all. I want him throwing. I would have preferred Fields throwing all kinds of picks in the preseason and the training camp because you're going to be ready by the time real stuff happens. You're going to learn from what they're doing. So he could throw as many picks.
I'll give you that. Fields played like he was afraid to make mistakes. But go ahead.
Yeah, even in the preseason and in training camp. I want you to get it out of you. The parts that concern me is the lack of this is the same shit they did the year before and the year. Man, I want these guys. They got to get the reps. You can't hold them back, man. You cannot hold them back. I want to see these guys playing, limited in the first game, but I want to see them play. Man, give them 2 series. Most teams you usually see when it was 4 preseason games, the starters would go at least 1 series. They'd be like, the starters are only going to go, this 1 series. But if that series went like 3 and out real quick, they might let them play a second series.
Yeah, get
you know what I'm saying? But I want these guys to play. So that's a little bit disturbing that I'm hearing that I didn't know that they don't want them playing at all the first game. If they're rookies, they need to play.
And listen, if you get nicked, say you slightly hurt your toenail, slight limp, They're going to sit you out of practice. And then the day you come back, you're getting them ramped up. You know, what? You know, get these guys out here. That's how you get them ramped up, by them playing.
And I think other NFL teams, everybody's not really trying to lay wood on players in the preseason anymore, like they used to, but they don't do that no more. They're all they want you to play hard, fast, but they don't want you like trying to like injure people to the extent that you would call it. You know what I mean? Because they don't want their players getting hurt.
Man, you're supposed to
on
practice
defense or
how you
offense.
play. If you don't practice how you play, that leads to more injuries in my mind. Because now you're in the field and now you got your neck in there and you'd have learned in practice, oh, gotta get my neck out of there.
What's the perfect thing? You'd always hit players who had some kind of conscience back in the 80s and 90s. They said, look, I want to knock the wind out of them. You know, knock them out. But they don't want to permanently, you know what I'm saying, hurt the guy. But knocking the wind out and get him out the game, that's good enough. Right?
Bro, the best teams say our practices are harder than our games. That's what great teams say. From
then when the game
from Leo
starts,
to Chicago, Simeon. I'm saying the greatest teams, that's what they all, man, then most of their games, their practices. The way Hamburg ran them boys, Hamburg wasn't in there talking about, I don't want Benji to get hurt, rest his soul.
You got to play me. You got to let them play to get the rep.
I'll tell you what, Everett Stevenson was better than Benji Wilson, maybe.
Who?
There's a take. Everett Stevenson. Don't act like you don't know who he is from Evanston. He kept you guys there acting like you don't.
Bro.
Now you're acting like you don't know who he is. He was all state. He was player of the year. Kept you off.
Listen, I'm not saying he wasn't a good player, but
he averaged 30 points a game. He ate Simeon up. No, he wasn't better than Benji. I'm just being Stephen A. Smith, but I'm saying he ate Simeon up.
The highlights,
acting like who is Everett Stevens? You heard him?
The highlights and clips that they have of Benji don't do him enough justice.
100%.
It's not enough. It's
100%.
not enough justice because these guys around my house, and I would ask them, I was like, man, you know, all the times I was shooting ball, going up to Ruggles where he went to grammar school, Cole Park where they used to shoot up.
He played up at Ray and at Kenwood in the YB.
And they would say, man, listen, the footage is, remember this early 80s. The footage, there's just like not a whole lot of footage of those things. And then they say the games in those seasons, the regular seasons, he's like, yeah, there's footage of those, but only like select people got them and they don't be putting them out there where everybody
Well, you
can
just
see.
made me think of something. There's some pinks with that footage. They'd have been more likely to have those cameras and shit back then. And when y'all was playing against teams, you know, in the downstate, it's some pinks with footage of Benji Wilson. I guarantee you that. They just not going to upload it.
They just don't put it out there.
Yeah,
and you can't see them. So when I try to tell people, and this one guy I know, he was like, man, Ronnie Fields, man, he's best high school. I said, listen, no.
Right,
I said, Ronnie was probably the most athletic and the most potential.
He was 20 years
as
old.
Far as an athlete.
He was 20 years old by the time he would have graduated. Go on. Benji graduated at 17 years old.
But I told him, I was like, from what I seen, he wasn't better than Benji.
He was older.
Skill point. I said, other than his athleticism and his instinct.
He was a grown man.
I said, but Benji could shoot, he could dribble, he could defend, and he had unlimited energy. I mean, he was energy like Dennis Rodman type of energy.
Yeah,
and that's why I say, like,
yeah.
A lot of people don't. The film that they got out there, Benji just don't do him enough justice because people don't really see it. They wasn't calling him the Magic with a jump shot for nothing. That name didn't come light. So he really would have had.
And whatever became of Everett Stevenson, he went to Purdue, and I don't think he ever really panned out.
He never went to the league or nothing.
Yeah,
he never went to Purdue. That was his problem.
He didn't go.
You
say he should have never? Right, he should have went to U of I. Yeah.
He went to Purdue, but he should have went somewhere else.
Or DePaul.
Went somewhere else because he just turned out to be a pretty good college player.
Could have went down at Iowa too. I forgot the coach saying Iowa used to have them boys balling. Boy, they used to get them players out of Thorn Ridge. They suppressed.
Didn't they have BJ Armstrong went to Iowa?
Yeah, but they had some more athletic
had some
players.
Other people too.
Yeah, bro. They used to be balling, bro. All right. Look, y'all mentioned, because we got to wrap up. Y'all mentioned Equanimity and St. Brown. So I just want to play this. Ace sent this to me. This is his dad. And I just want to see what you guys' take is without leading you into it. Karen, if you can.
That they ask you most about how you got 3 kids to go D1 and 2 in the NFL?
They want to know, in general, how I did it. I believe in breeding. You gotta pick the right girl and the right guy. Look at you. Good athlete. I got that black gold in me, and mama got that big chin and big toes. I said, look, ain't nothing wrong with big toe woman.
Big chin. Who says a big chin?
You gotta think of this stuff. Some guys don't think of it until later. They go, like I'm standing at Pop Warner. You wouldn't know it. You on the field, and one of you guys on the field playing. And I was talking to a guy, told him this story. He goes, you were thinking about that, John? I go, yeah, you weren't? He goes, hell no. Like, man, he's little, the wife is little, kids are little, everybody's little.
It's over?
Little. Chicken little.
I like it. I like it more and more. Let me stop that there. Because Ball's dad said the same thing. But all right, go ahead. I'll start with you, Diesel. What's your? I'll start with you, Ace. What's your take on that taking in Diesel?
Hey, you got to breed. Michael Jordan lessened his gene pool by coming to Chicago South Side and getting just a regular woman. He didn't breed with no athletes.
Jack did it. LeBron did it. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got to breed, man. And I think John St. Brown.
Kobe did it.
Is right. So it is what it is. He's right.
Yeah, I think he was kind of joking about it.
I think he was joking.
No,
he wasn't joking.
Go ahead.
He
was laughing while he was explaining it. So I think he was kind of joking, but he probably was thinking about it somewhat when he was with their mother. So, if that's what you're looking at, there's people who do that now all the time. They like, I don't want to, I want to get with a guy or have my babies by a person like this. The woman from the woman's side. You don't hear guys say that often, right? But you hear women do that a lot.
If you have a skill in basketball that you can pass along to a next generation, it would behoove you to breed. I'm not necessarily talking about marriage. It would behoove you to breed, bro. Because you're going to be able to teach that child how to play the sport. And then once they get that growth spurt, you know what I mean? Once they get that growth spurt, bro, you talking about millions of dollars.
And there's no
bro.
guarantee, even whoever.
Did you hear what he said? He said the mama's short, the daddy's short. All the kids. Kobe went out there and married a Hispanic.
He even looked like Scottie Pippen's son.
Hold on, Kobe married a Hispanic. He met at a local high school. All right, big ups to her. But Dante Purified said, bear down. He's in the chat. He said, who are you guys and why are you on my timeline? And then he smiled. He said, y'all wild with the halter top. And then he said, gotta go catch y'all on a replay. I can't believe I've slept on y'all pod. That's fantastic.
Hope you subscribe.
Scottie Pippen Jr., right? And I was watching him throughout the summer league for the NBA. He balling, like multi-skilled, right?
Ain't that the kid that married Jordan's ex-wife?
No. I said Scottie Pippen Jr. You talking about Marcus or Jeff? Yeah,
Jordan Jr.
Right.
My bad.
But he's only like 6'3", 6'4", as opposed to Scottie 6'7", because Scottie, the chick that he ended up having kids with, look at her height.
That's what I'm saying. And look what your boy for the Celtics is doing. Because he's messing around with y'all girl from who played for the Shot.
They're friends.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. But
yeah, they're breeding.
Look at your boy, Giannis. His wife is a volleyball player. And she's tall.
Knows the motor you're talking about. Yes.
And she's got, I think they got 2 kids so far, maybe 3. They got
you need both parents to understand the motor. If one parent doesn't understand the motor, that parent is going to disrupt the child's development as an athlete. Both parents have to have that motor and be able to explain to the child, if you're not going at this motor, we're not fucking with you.
Those kids that Giannis got, when they grow up, I guarantee
we're fucking with you. We're still your parents, but I'm talking as far
one
as
of them is going to be at least 6'7" or 6'8". One of them kids.
Yes.
Just from him, just you look at the mother.
Both of them.
Something.
Bro, when I see these tall kids, both of them, yes. And so, yes.
Parents are both normally tall,
Yeah. Look at Donald Trump's son. Look at little Damian Trump. Is that his name?
Damon.
Damian Trump. What's Trump's son name? He's like 6'9", bro. He sprouted. I think it's something going on with his what they say that means.
Well, you know, he was messing with a lot of the models, so some of them be skinny and tall.
They keep him out of the limelight. I think he might be at the what they say, the postman always ring twice.
Yeah. I told you that family is a Thorne family, bro. I'm working on a documentary for real. I'm gonna put it up on this channel. The Trump family, how they are the modern day Damian Thorne family. I was waiting for the seed of Satan to get older because Wordsmith kept telling me you can't talk about the kids. If the kid is the seed of Satan, you know what I mean? I could talk about him. If you told me that kid was Christ, I could talk about him, analyze it. But I said, okay, I don't have kids. I'm gonna respect that. So now he's an adult. You know, and they talk about the Obama's kids, and I'd be, who would I to not, chime in on their kids? That's all I'm saying. Who am I?
Man, Kobe, you know what you just said, Kobe, man, one of his daughters is tall.
But because of his genes. But imagine how much taller he'd have been. He married a short, well, she wasn't super short for as far as Latinas go, but she got a lot of short in her genes.
One of them girls is like, I don't know if she have on heels or something,
but what if
she looks like she's 6 feet.
But what if he had bred with a supermodel? You just mentioned a supermodel.
They usually slender and tall. His girl, the one that passed with him in the helicopter, she was a ball player. I think she might have been tall when it was all said and done.
They said she had Kobe's motor and competitive fire.
Yeah, she did.
Kobe says she had it more than him. It's so sad. Rest her soul. All right, so we covered pretty much everything. Highest pay, we did map around.
When is that Hall of Fame game?
Man, when is
know?
We can Google it. Can you Google that, Karen? And when is the first airing of that what's that show where because I need to watch that.
Oh, Hard Knocks.
Yeah. It's coming Tuesday, right? It's coming on Tuesday, I think.
Really? I think so.
Yeah.
I know it's coming up.
Yeah. Is it gonna air
throughout the whole training camp?
Right. Yeah. All right, man. So while Ace is looking that up, go ahead with your final words, Diesel.
I'll keep it Olympics. Listen, we ain't really talked too much on the Olympics. Not really. The Olympics doesn't seem like it used to be. And I was just watching this thing the other day, man. The guy was talking about. I mean, the first week is usually the sports that we, care less about. The second week is usually the exciting stuff with the track and field. But this guy was saying, man, he's saying like, man, listen, he was like, athletes still getting popped for performance enhancing drugs, and they still doing this stuff to this day, because a lot of times by the time that they come around
with the test,
it's out of their system and they can't.
They move and it creates something else.
And precisely, he's like other countries, and he was talking about Jamaica and of course Russia, because that big old thing when they got caught having the thing behind the restroom,
pick up
some take
Russia.
Out the stuff and switch all of the samples. But he was just saying that the stuff's still going on strong to this day, and so it's like a match trying to catch them, but they don't really try to catch them like they could. But yeah, as far as Olympics, I just feel like a little let down because I don't really even want to see it now to the track and field. It's a little more interesting, with the basketball, because a lot of the countries are competitive as opposed to in years past. And I like seeing some of these other African nations playing well. The ones that put the USA took them to the final minutes. What nation was that? Was that Senegal? Was it the Senegal?
Yeah, some drop dead gorgeous nation.
And they just won they beat Puerto Rico. It was like their first Olympic game ever. And they beat Puerto Rico.
They made LeBron celebrate after beating them.
Yeah, they made it.
Jordan wouldn't have celebrated that, man. Bobby Knight wouldn't have celebrated that. Steve Kerr should be fired.
None of that dream team would have been happy.
If Steve Kerr was black, do you think the national media would be talking about, is he right for the job? Be honest with yourself, Diesel.
No.
If he was black.
If a black coach was struggling like this with this team over there against those lesser countries, I'm not talking about those countries you expected.
I honestly think that it wouldn't matter who's the coach. It's really the players. You shouldn't be losing to none of them teams. It's them players.
But that's my point. But Steve Kerr ain't getting no blame.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I ain't even looked at it from that point.
D-Rod went on a rant. Dennis Rodman went on a rant about Steve Kerr. Google that when you YouTube that when you get a chance. Say he's just sitting there not doing shit, and he let them players walk on him. D-Rod told the story. Remember, Steve Kerr got punched in the face allegedly by Michael Jordan for being a little bitch.
He did. He got a black eye. Gave him a black eye in a practice because he was Phil was giving him all the calls, playing his mind games.
Yeah.
And Steve elbowed the shit out of Mike.
Yeah,
and then,
getting tough with him.
And then Mike got him back and super socked him, and then they kicked him out of practice. And then the next day,
and my sources and my sources are saying that Draymond choked him out in the shower and monkey wrapped him, and that's why Draymond gets away with anything he wants in Golden State.
He may have. Hey, you know what I was going to ask you? Can we do, if you ever do a show I get tired of seeing these different takes about Isaiah whining and crying about like the Bulls and Jordan and like basically
documentary needs to be done on that.
Just basically trying to
shit on the legacy.
I'm sick of seeing that.
You want to see a video where all that shit is compiled into one and somebody talks about it, or you know what I mean?
Or we can do it on here if you ever get around to it. We can just talk about.
That's a great idea.
The 80s basketball and shit, and
I know
go in on them because all of them teams.
He's a
talking
counselor.
about the Pistons used to be trying to really hurt people.
Where's this hate coming from? And if anything, the Bulls should be spewing hate about them.
Yes. That's my whole point. Like, what the fuck is
what y'all mad at? Y'all thugged us out. Y'all hacked us. Y'all cheated us out of championships and then walked off the court without shaking our hands. And you still mad.
And then all that man got on TV and called me an asshole.
You are.
What? Yes. He should have been calling you more than that from what you guys was trying to do to him.
I was so glad he said that, man. Because he is. And remember, he snubbed him from the beginning. Remember at the All-Star game, froze him out and didn't talk to him on the elevator like a little bitch.
Yeah, I just get tired of seeing different
That's
videos
a good idea.
and takes.
That's a
He's
great
always
idea. He's saying we need to get
Bulls.
on Isaiah Thomas's ass in the name of Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
They never beat the Lakers with Kareem. And they never beat this.
Hold it. And he's from Chicago, never played for Chicago high school, chose not to, and then went and played in Indiana.
Yeah. They went to
this guy's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we gotta cover that.
But he's my GOAT in point guards, and that's a shame of him.
And we don't dismiss that. Right? We know how to separate the two.
Yes, we do.
We know how to separate the two.
Yes,
but at the same time, we calling you out on that stuff you used to do because you try to say, oh, well, all of the teams in the 80s, nah, they wasn't doing you guys.
You remember he said some dumb shit about Larry Bird too back in the day. Yeah, we're gonna break that down. Yeah. All right, great take. And let me know when you're done. And we appreciate you popping in.
Done. I'm out.
Hey, get your boy on here, man. The one the JF1 lover, bro. You know, get him through here, bro.
Oh man, he makes my blood pressure go up, man. Every time I see him in the office,
that's what we need.
They know that I'm like the remedy. They like Diesel, get him. Diesel, get him.
Me and Ace won't pile on. You know what I mean?
No, he'll be loving that. He'll be loving that. He got like a brother. I don't know if they twins, but I call him the Brothers Grimm.
Diesel's always got names for people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what he does. Wordsworth.
Yeah, Wordsworth. Yeah,
Wordsworth called me right after he said that. I thought he was watching, but no, he forgot the show was going on.
Before I go, I ain't see him out there at the picnic, but hey, y'all knew
he was there.
Oh, yeah. I ain't see him, man. It was more people than
Remember you called me and you so I thought that was the event you was talking about when you was texting. I sent you the flyer. Yeah, that's the one.
Look, it was a lot of noobs.
Bro,
you ain't gonna know them unless they got their colors or something on.
Yeah.
And
and half of them wasn't wearing no colors.
Yeah,
bro,
it's hard to tell them.
I was hitting up noobs who live in LA, and they're like, "Why y'all ain't at this party?" Me and Tasia was at. It was like a party a brother threw, a little pool party. It was nice too. I had to leave, go get the money. But anyway, I was hitting brothers up. They was like, "No, we at y'all picnic." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Oh damn."
Hey, it was a lot. It was a lot of Qs.
Yeah.
Low key, a lot of alphas. They wasn't as flamboyant with it, but I seen more noobs than anybody at that chosen few. Seen more noobs than anybody out there.
Yeah. All right, fella. We appreciate you sliding through.
All right, bro. I'm out.
Always good to see you, Diesel.
Yeah.
All right.
One love, bro. Keep your head on the swivel. Don't forget your mouthpiece. All right, Ace, go ahead with your final words, bro.
So my final words about the Bears training camp. It was patience last year, and I guess it's got to be patience again this year. You're looking at
patience is aversion. You don't want to die that way.
You're looking at a rookie quarterback, quote unquote, good defense, and it's something that Justin was never given as far as talent. In his wide receiver room, a fully stocked defense, and he was given the task of holding the torch while the team was getting rid of bad contracts, bringing on team-friendly contracts, using his contract to compete.
We just went dumpster diving, and here's all the shit we gave you, Justin. Build a gourmet meal. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I just don't like the fact that everybody wants to point at the win-loss record and his stats and what he did as winning or starting quarterback when he wasn't given the tools to really succeed.
But he's poor and stupid. He's not Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield drafted #1 overall. But go ahead.
And they keep talking about the Bears doing them justice. Doing them justice would have been picking up his 5th year and then trading him. And if nobody wanted him, then hey, we got two quarterbacks. But
picking up his 5th year and shoring up that old line. Go ahead.
Yeah. But teams would have took him with his 5th year option and going through the end of last season. They could have traded him. But they want you to listen to the narrative that we were doing right by Justin by getting him to another team, the team he wanted to get to. But all in all, once they were secure in getting the #1 pick, Justin was going to be gone. They gave him all kind of options as far as you had the #1, you had the #9. You're either going to get your Caleb Williams at quarterback and a offensive lineman, or you want to get Caleb and a great skill position player, and that's what they ended up with. So the Bears were in a great position any way they went. If they would have traded the pick, kept Justin, moved some things around, they would have been in shape for the next 3-4 years as far as draft picks. They still could have got Swift. They still could have had a chance to get Saquon Barkley. Everything was wide open for the Bears at the end of the season last year. And, fortunately and unfortunately, it was the end of Justin's career here at the team. Now we have to see what Caleb does with the team, but he is a rookie. Rome is a rookie. They're surrounded by talent. They're surrounded by a good defense. So they have the opportunity to progress from a 7-win team to maybe a 11 or what did I predict, 13-win team.
Yeah, you and Diesel were 13, 14 each or some shit.
I say,
but that wasn't official. It wasn't official.
Yeah. Between 11 and 13 wins, I will put them at 11. Truthfully, with having a rookie quarterback and installing a new offense with the defense they have, and 11 wins, I believe, will put them in the playoffs. So easily. You go from there. But that patience again this year. you weren't patient with Justin last year. You wanted wins right away, and we didn't have a team to go out and play against a Kansas City team at the beginning of last year. We weren't ready for the Packers because we didn't play in the preseason. And you're going down the same route this year. I looked it up. Preseason Hall of Fame game is this Thursday, August 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be ready, bear down, get your coolers ready. Unfortunately, as reported here on TATN, our quarterback isn't starting this game. Hopefully we got some changes between the next few days. If he's QB1, damn it, he's got to be out there. We know what Tyson Bagent can do. So the Hall of Fame game is this week, Thursday. Be ready, bear down. But, be patient. It's a long season. It's going to be a marathon, not a sprint. We want to be ready for week 1 going against the Tennessee Titans. I believe the Bears will be ready to beat them and continue on with this schedule that we have. So that's my final word. Just be ready for the season. We got a lot of players. We got a lot of talent. We got a lot of subtractions. We got a lot of additions to make before the season starts. Still looking for another defensive end to be picked up in free agency to add to the rotation, whether it's a young guy, whether it's Ngakoue coming back. But I think he's just training to come back, so that they'll work out a deal with him. And between him, Booker's, the Montez effect, Darius Walker, cornerbacks we have, the great linebacking core we have. I'm looking for a good year out of the Bears. We got talent on the offensive wide receiver room. We got a number 1 at a quarterback. We reworked our running back situation. And if the Bears don't succeed, if they don't make the playoffs this year, I think you got to look at your head coach has got to go. My partner here on TATN says that the coach and the general manager has to go, but crap runs downhill, and I think it's going to run down to head coach Matt Eberflus. So that's why they brought in offensive coordinator, probably take over his position. You have a defensive coordinator that's not calling the defense, so he's going to move up, and then you have to get another offensive coordinator to work under your head coach, who will probably be your current offensive coordinator. So bear down, get ready for this game on Thursday, because I believe the Bears are going to show some of their weapons, their second and third string weapons, to work on the Texans. I know the Texans aren't going to play C.J. Stroud at all, and that's probably why the Bears don't want to come out with Caleb Williams, but it makes no sense. You need as many reps as you can out of this rookie quarterback. You need to get as much work on film as you can. And if it's 1 series, 2 series, 1 quarter, quarter and a half, you got to get this guy out there. You got rid of your starter. Your backup plan is Tyson Bagent, and we saw what he can do last year with Luke Getsy's offense. He'll have another few games to put his work on tape, but we got to see what Caleb can do. And we have labeled him the halter top, but I believe that the Bears will be okay this year. We have to move on from JF1, and I know JF1 will be okay. And Pittsburgh, hopefully he'll be starting in their system. And we don't play them this year, so shout out to JF1 and all the Justin Fields fans. Come on, man. There's no way that you can't play this guy in your first preseason game, especially if you should want to play in the Hall of Fame game where you got Devin Hester going in and Julius Peppers and Steve Mongo McMichael. All of these Bears going in representing the orange and blue. There's no way that you don't want to have your rookie quarterback going out and showing his flash and what he's going to do in this upcoming season. Put in some generic or vanilla plays, as they say. Get your running game out there. Get your cadence down, which apparently is a problem in preseason and training camp. Get your cadence down. Get your guys out there. Get your 2 and 3s, because Khalil Herbert needs to prove something this year in training camp, and Roshan Johnson needs to prove something and train. Well, not prove something, but he needs to take a step up as your number 2 or number 3 running back. So, and we got a we got a center controversy we need to get solved by the time we get to game 1. We got 2 guys vying for the center position. Now, how the hell are they going to vie for the center position under the number 2 and number 3 quarterbacks? You got to get number QB1 out there.
And you need to decide on that, because one of them is a flex where he could play guard. So you need to decide on if he's going to be your center or not. If not, so you can start working on that guard.
Yeah. I mean, it's a decision, I guess, by your head coach / defensive coordinator / co-defensive coordinator. I don't know what the hell is going on at the camp. I mean, why do you hire a defensive coordinator if the head coach is going to call the defensive plays, or instead of,
Well, he said he oversees it. The guy structures the practice. The defense coordinator structures everything. He approves everything he likes and scratches out what he doesn't like for the day in practice. Same thing with the game plan, and then ultimately same thing, game day calls. I think he said he'll be calling it, though, game day calling.
Game day calling. That means you don't trust your defensive coordinator.
Facts.
If you hire a defensive coordinator, he's a defensive coordinator.
Facts.
You hire him, you let him call the calls, you let him run your defense.
But that's how he kept his job last year. Yeah. Because the national media told the Bears over and over again, he's great. He's defensive coordinator. Yeah, he's great. Look how good they got. No, they got good when they picked up that fucking defensive end. But go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, and that means you don't trust him. That means you hired the guy to be
but he's a nice man.
He's a Washington, so
he talks about the history of the Bears.
No, I'm not talking about Flus. I'm talking about Eric Washington.
I love Washington. He should be the head coach. They love him too. They said he races the team out there on the field, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. And he works mainly with the defensive line, which you always want your defensive coach to work from the trenches out and let the other guys handle the linebackers and other guys handle the DBs. But I believe that you got to let him be the defensive coordinator if that's what he was hired for. And you be the head coach, because there's more information that you have to disseminate between your players as head coach and stand on the defensive side and not worrying about the offense.
Correct. Not getting a feel for the entire game, the entire context. Because as a head coach, as a defensive coordinator, you're more microscopic. As an officer, you're more dialed in, zoomed in. But as a head coach, you got to zoom out and be able to look at the whole picture so that you can help make those decisions on 4th and short.
And that might be some of the problems you have with your pre-snap penalties on offense, because
the head coach ain't standing over there scaring the shit out of their ass.
Yeah, he's on the defensive side of the ball. He's leaving it to your first-year coordinator to
wield the influence that you have.
Yeah, because you're the head coach.
And they know how close you and the GM work as far as personnel decisions.
Absolutely. So if they don't have the fear of God in them, what makes them want to concentrate or work harder on the offense, the offensive line, or whoever's.
Are you saying they need that white man to tell them they're poor and stupid to do their jobs?
That's what apparently that's what they need, because it's not happening right now.
All right. And actually, I'm tongue in cheek there, but we got to do better, people, because a lot of us who are copper and copperish, the copperish do it more than the copper. The copperish. They don't give each other the same treatment, but as soon as that drop dead gorgeous blonde hair, blue eye come in there, then they all of a sudden do their training. They know what they're trained to do. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Wait a minute, I've been standing here for 5 minutes.
I've seen it.
Now I'm a Karen. But go ahead.
I see it every day. I mean, I see it at work sometimes. We got to send in that drop dead gorgeous guy to let them know that this is what it is, and there's no conversation, there's no battle, there's nothing after that. Once the drop dead gorgeous guy comes, well, he's not drop dead gorgeous, but you know what it is.
Yeah, it's tongue in cheek for anybody who's never watched the show before.
Yeah, it comes in and tells them that this is this and this is that.
Maybe we got to start saying so-called drop dead gorgeous. I think we got to start doing that.
Absolutely. So that's my final take on the Bears.
The alleged drop dead gorgeous.
Alleged. Unfortunately, I hope this isn't the call on Thursday, but they got to get out there and run a couple. There's no way you get rid of your starting quarterback, you go draft a rookie, and you don't bring him in to start your first preseason game. I don't give a damn who's out there on the offensive line. He's got to run for his life. Damn it, Justin had to do it for 3 years. He's got to figure it out. And let's go Bears. Bear down. That's my final take.
Great final take. And, the Iowa coach I couldn't think of was the late, great Dr. Tom Davis. Masterful recruiter. He had a system. He kept pressure. He let the guys run.
Yeah.
He let them shoot. He was ahead of his time. Did much more with less. He had premium on the athlete. Could care less.
Out there.
Yeah. It was our system. It was 100% our system. Thornridge ran it. The same system too. Yeah, same as 100% our system. Now, Lamont Sanford. Can't remember the episode. But one thing, Fred Sanford would have been a great president. So I'm talking to President Warren. My late grandmother used to tell me a bird in the hand is better than a bundle in the bush.
Mm-hmm.
I say a bear in the hand is better than a bear in the bush. If I was Fred Sanford or Warren, I would have treated polls like Lamont Sanford when he came to Fred Sanford with the deal for porcelain. They were getting it from pipes, and Fred was trying to tell Lamont, nothing's for free. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. And he went into the safe, took all the cash out, and he got grifted. I've been saying that the NFL was in collusion to get Justin Fields out of Chicago because they don't like the Hallis family.
Mm-hmm.
And we fell for it like a big dummy.
You big dummy.
You big dummy. So if I was Warren, I would have told him, you big dummy. A bear in the hand is better than that over there, right? So if it's not like that, if you're telling me, hey, don't eat dinner today. No, you got a guaranteed meal for the next week, but I'm going to give this food away for that food that we don't know the quality of it. That food better be a very high quality. You big dummy. Okay? You big dummy. And that's all I had. I will say Caleb is our quarterback. I'm going to look to start marketing the halter top. I'm going to get my Chinese partners in China to produce it, ship it over here under the copper market with the Bears logo and Hallis name and say, it's going to be a halter top. Damn it, you're letting this guy run around and do it? Yeah. Go Bears. Go Bears. I just want to hear it. Go Bears. You know what I mean? Go Bears. And everybody trying to make me like it. And the pink media loves it because I don't know what they're putting in their bum. You don't know what those guys are putting in their bum.
If they like that, you know what they're putting in their bum.
Yeah, but they like it. And they want everybody, you don't see any coloreds doing it.
Yeah.
Copper coloreds. Go
Bears.
Bears. It's tone deaf. You haven't seen, you're out there in Highland Park. They're taking you around the Gold Coast. You saw some pseudo Bears fan out there in Boys Town when you were shopping for your halter tops, in my opinion. And he looked at you. Yeah, he sure did. And you're matriculating that. So instead of hating, this is a capitalist society. I'm going to counterfeit, and I'm looking to get the migrants out there to sell it. You sell this halter top for $20. I'm going to produce it in China for $5. You sell it, and they're going to have slaves in a sweatshop making it. Probably sell it to me for $3. Get over here through Amazon. $3 a halter top. It's going to make you itch, break you out. It's going to break out for most skins. Your skin's going to break out. You're not going to wear it again. You're not going to ship it back because your time's worth more than that in your life, you know. So you're going to have these halter tops, and then the migrants are going to be standing out there selling them to you for $20. I'm thinking more $25. $25. And it's going to have a picture of Caleb on there doing this. It's not going to be licensed. It's going to be completely unlicensed. But if you're going to let those migrants, go out there and have unlicensed restaurants and tables set up and they're selling all types of shit, nobody's paying taxes, nobody's, is this maggots? Nobody's doing anything like that. It's increasing rats on the street, and everybody's got to eat, then I have to eat too. I'll wrap it up with this. They'll get $5. I'll make $20. I'll start them out with five halter tops, which would cost me $15. They run off and steal those, fine. You know what I mean? Fine. But I'll find some migrants who really want the money. You know what I mean? Because you can't trust Pookie and Ray Ray, according to what's been programmed to me in my media, So that's all I got for my final words. And so as we wrap up this episode of Mouthpiece Included, it's clear that Halter Top Camp is full of excitement and potential with standout performances from key players such as Caleb Williams. Love everything about this young man. Just, let me consult with him for 5 minutes. And I think, we can get the copper coloreds in South Side and the West Side of Chicago. I mean, they already love him, don't get me wrong, but to really love him in a certain way, because I don't know what's in his heart. To be 100%. I don't know who his girlfriend is, and that's none of my business. And maybe she's drop dead gorgeous, so-called. Maybe she's. So then I got to ask questions. And you're out here in Southern California. There's so many copper-colored women out here. And you're on top of the world out here. And well, whatever. It's none of my business. You love what you love. But anyway, the team is gearing up for what promises to be an exhilarating season. The competition for roster spots is going to be much more fierce than it has been in the past.
Good luck, Bayless.
The coaching staff's decisions in the coming week, and some people have said they're a lame duck coaching staff. I'm taking it all the way up to and including the general manager, Lamont Sanford. In the coming weeks, who's a liar, all right? I don't know who he's married or who he's dating.
Who Perot was his.
I don't know who he sleeps with or what's in his heart. I don't know where he lives and where they choose to live, when they move to Chicago. Why should I care? It's their money. But anyway, I don't know. And the coaching staff says, there's places where black people are and they don't kill each other. There's places in LA but I don't know. And the coaching staff's decisions in the coming weeks will be crucial in shaping our final lineup. We'll continue to monitor these developments closely. We're going to bring you all the latest updates as this exciting preseason progresses. We look forward to seeing those guys on Hard Knocks. We want to thank you all for bearing with us today. And thank you for joining us on this exploration of the dynamic relationship between Bears fans, JF1, and Halter Top. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, or concerns, please feel free to drop a comment below. Until next time, stay safe. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay healthy and stay loyal to the Navy and Orange out there. Bear down.
Like, share, subscribe.
Purchase the Mouthpiece Included halter tops. They're coming to a migrant table near you. We're going to train our people when they run up. No, cantate. Me migrant.
They won't have the technology in them, but they'll be official.
Yeah, when they ask you for ID, Ace, and shit like that, so they can bill you, you know what I mean, and fine you. You know what I mean? I'll be speaking a tongue that hasn't been spoken in fucking 20,000 years.
No speaker.
Yeah, no speaker. One by out the top.
Or you can go with Gala.
One by out the top. One by out the top. All right, anyway. Be trying to sell it to 12. 12 will buy it too. And if I know what I know about those police in Chicago, I'm pretty sure many of them are wearing halter tops and running around Boys Town after they finish. Because some of the things I hear that they're doing out there on the streets to the young Pookies and Ray Rays, which includes bum magic, is stuff that the everyday media won't talk to you. So
they won't talk to you about anything.
No, they won't talk about that. They wonder why those kids got guns and they're shooting them and shit. They wonder why. All right, anyway, because if I was a pink homo weirdo, I'm not saying homos are weird, but if I was one of those guys and I was abusive, I would join the police force and I would work in the impoverished areas of the city where nobody tends to care and believe what those children are saying. Because you can cut your body cam right off, Ace. Yeah, you can cut your body cam right off.
Not working.
Yeah. All right, anyway, you can cover it up, put your hand in front of it, all types of stuff they allow. But Karen, they're playing us off here. Karen's gonna play us off here.
TATN Mouthpiece included.
Yeah, I forgot my mouthpiece. I'm ashamed.
Mouthpiece included.
TATN. All right, so if you ever find yourself flying through the Windy City, you might be in Iraq. Drop me off at O Block. Drop me off at O Block. Why we going over there? I gotta go over there. I gotta drop off this hair comb. I gotta drop off this hot comb to my grandma. Drop off this hot comb to my
I'm gonna drop off this box of halter tops.
Yeah, this box of halter tops. Oh, that. No, I'm not driving. I'll drop you off by the mirror. Yeah, I'll drop you off by the mirror right there. You gotta take a picture. No, you know what I'm saying? But you slide through. You might be in Chicago where they painted over the Nipsey mural. It's not there anymore. They profited off the pain and murder and the blood going into the soil. You better
Mouthpiece included.
keep your head on the swivel.
Better guard your grill.
Check your blind spot. Better use your blind spot detector.
Better guard your grill.
Outside head swivel. Better guide your grill.
Better guard your grill.
Knuckle up. Do something. Put them up. Put them up. What you want to do? Put them up. Put them up. Wise guy, huh? And don't forget to.
Don't forget it. Oh, you forgot it.
Yeah, we forgot it. I forgot mine.
Yeah,
don't forget to.
Happens to the best of us, baby.
And don't forget to bring
Mouthpiece
your mouthpiece. What the fuck you talking about, officer? I don't answer questions. Looking for some shit? I don't talk to police.
Name of Jesus.
What's your name and badge number? I don't answer questions. Peace on your mask. We got happy tears, y'all. He's smiling. Happy tears. Hate to see you smile.
Mouthpiece included.
All right, Karen.